Dean's Office of Diversity handled about 50 sexual conduct cases involving faculty, staff, or student employees in both 2016 and 17. That's up from 30 in 2015. Illinois' largest public sector union finally taking sides in the race for governor, and it's no surprise. AFSCME on Friday announced it's endorsing J.B. Pritzker in November. AFSCME has battled for years with Pritzker's opponent, Governor Bruce Rauner. A Russian mixed martial arts fighter who has some very faint connections to President Donald Trump, the president's personal attorney Michael Cohen, and Russian President Vladimir Putin was questioned this week by the FBI in Chicago. Fedor Emelianenko was questioned by agents who met him in his hotel room. His connection with Trump simply dates back to 2008 when he was signed by Affliction Entertainment, a fight league that Trump had a very brief ownership stake in. Chicago sports, Tyler Chatwood and two relievers put together a two-hit shutout. Cubs edged the Brewers 2-0. Chesler Cuthbert homered twice, drove in four as the Royals clipped the White Sox 5-4 in KC. 2018 NFL Draft is in the books. Bears end up with 7 new players. Fire rally from a 2-0 deficit for a 2-2 draw with Toronto FC. The News is a service of Discover Student Loans. Figuring out how to cover college costs? Discover Student Loans is one of the top private student loan lenders in the country with great rates, zero fees, plus students can earn a cash reward for their good grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations do apply. 5:07 is our time. We'll have a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
The best conversations happen with a cigar in one hand and a fine drink in the other. Join Larry Elder live in Chicago for Cigar Night, presented by Precision Payroll of America on Thursday, May 17th at the Bolingbrook Golf Club. Larry will be joined by AM 560's Dan Proft for an evening of cigar smoking and good conversation. Tickets start at $29 and include a cigar. Get your tickets at 560theanswer.com/cigar. Sponsored by Ryan Kelly, the home loan expert, and by the Elmhurst Cigar House.
Jimmy John's Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh.
I'm calling because I saw one of your delivery persons today, and he was totally naked.
Ma'am, I sincerely want to apologize for any...
Buck naked right there on the street.
Ma'am, we're doing all we can to...
And I say it's about darn time.
I know, and I'm gonna... Wait, what?
The human body is a beautiful thing, don't you agree?
Well,
We've suffered the tyranny of clothing for way too long.
Okay, but...
So thanks, Jimmy John's, for going all natural.
Actually, ma'am, it's our meats that are all natural.
Say what now?
Our meats are all natural. Wood smoked ham, choice roast beef, real fresh turkey breast, all natural and freaky fresh.
So I don't suppose I can expect all natural delivery in the future?
No.
Darn.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
True story. So I urged one of my family members to call CertaPro Painters. He didn't do it, and that painting crew had to come back 3 times to fix their awful, sloppy mistakes, even paint on the floor, if you can believe it. Well, with CertaPro Painters, you get the best in the business. The attention to detail, color selection is truly unmatched. And now is the perfect time to get the interior of your home or business painted. The lower humidity provides an ideal environment for great coverage and quick drying times. They use fine quality paints with zero or low VOCs, very little to no odor during application. Be an early bird and cross the first item off your 2018 to-do list. It's also the perfect time to spruce up your commercial property. Remember, each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated, so schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com or call 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with the C. CertaPro Painters, we do painting, you do life.
It is 5:09. Let's get an update on that early morning ride to work in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Very latest this morning with Jim Talamonte. Good morning, Jim.
Good morning, Mike. In Crest Hill, eastbound 30 has just reopened at Caton Farm Road. There's been a crash there, which had the roadway closed. of a fire in the Sycamore area, in the northwestern part of Sycamore in DeKalb County. It's affecting the 2700 block of Glidden Road, north of DeKalb. Aidens is fine. Kennedy as well. Express lanes have just opened inbound. They've been closed for some sweeping and maintenance. The Eisenhower and the Stevenson are clear. The Bryan looks good. I-57 with no problems to report. Inbound Bishop Ford, not bad. Getting a little congested approaching the merge. Tollways are fine at the moment. Northwest Indiana, too. Traffic, service of Lowe's. Pro customers at Lowe's save 5% every day when you use your Lowe's business credit account. That's 5% on all purchases in-store or online. Subject to credit approval, U.S. only. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer starts next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center, here's our meteorologist, Alex Rabb.
Mostly sunny, breezy, and warm today, high 73. Tonight's mainly clear and breezy with a low 55. Tomorrow's windy and warm with sun and clouds and a high of 79. I'm Alexandra Rabb on AM 560, The Answer.
40 at O'Hare, 45 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 5:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy starts now on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by 1-800-4BLIND-CHICAGO.com. Call 773-447-5448 and get the sun out of your eyes.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Hi, good morning. Amy Jacobson here. Hola.
Hola.
Regresa de la País de México un 3 días pasado.
I don't have the SAP thing for...
Hola!
There we go. I understand that in any language.
Oh, it was a good time. Thanks for filling in for us while we were on our trip.
Of course,
with
everybody
our
knows
listeners.
who I am because I'm like a regular.
Oh, this is Bruce
Yeah.
Wolf.
Hi.
I normally don't sit here, so this is a little awkward. I'm trying to figure out all the buttons. Things change all the time, you know?
Well, I've sat there last week,
Yes,
so
and how-
you can
you know
lower
what?
the chair right now.
Wait,
because
I smell you on this microphone. Oh, I think I find a hair on this microphone.
Secondhand Bruce.
Secondhand
right there.
Bruce. Yeah, so did you? I watched one time. I was taking a long walk on the beach, and I do. I carry my AM 560 mobile app with me on this smartphone here, and I listened to a segment about Governor Rauner.
Oh, okay.
And I learned a lot. I learned that you, Bruce Wolf, are thinking about voting for Governor Rauner. And Sean
I can't
didn't
say
press
this.
you.
I can't say this on this show.
Well, Sean didn't press you and ask you
This
why.
is-
So
this-
now I'm here and I'm asking you why. No,
Aren't-
that's fine
aren't-
because I'm open-minded. I'm
Aren't we
still
really, this is
undecided.
Like, this is like Jeannie Ives' headquarters, right? Okay.
They're
so,
watching you.
no, it's difficult. I voted for Trump, and I probably vote for him again. It's not like I thought he was the greatest thing in the world. And Rauner, look, I thought Rauner clouded his kid into Peyton Prep. So I've
That's
had
why I
problems
wanted to
with
correct
him.
you on that because I just went through selective enrollment. Actually, we're still going through it. He made a substantial donation.
$250,000.
Right, but his daughter did not end up going there. And he called the principal, and this is
She
insider
never
inform-
went there?
No, she stayed in New Trier. She never went there, but he didn't get his money back because you can't you can't make a charitable donation and then say, I want my money back.
Well,
so
okay, but she
apparently
was going to go
Right,
there, and that was the whole
and
deal.
he did have a condo, and he still does have a condo in the city. So technically, he does live in the city too. But he said that the reason he wanted to go to a smaller school was because she had emotional problems. Well, let me tell you something, Governor Rauner. Our children now all have emotional problems
Sure.
because we couldn't get into or test into the school that you simply bribed the principal for to get your child in.
Yeah, right. No.
Because we've been going through this for the past month, and
No.
it has been hell. I mean, it
Oh,
is.
I'm sorry.
It's you have no idea. I had no idea. We need to have a selective enrollment support group for moms, siblings, and for dads because you don't expect to get something back that says no match at all. Because that's what happens. You apply for your top 3, and then the computer spits out
Right.
all the numbers together and where you live.
Just destroy the Chicago Teachers Union, and we'll be able to solve a lot of the
Not
problems.
they need to destroy that system. And even people whose children got into Jones and the nice high schools, they even said that the system's messed up.
no child should be put through this.
No,
at
it's
such
just
an
it
early age.
benefits the administrators and the teachers.
Yeah, but where are
Right.
our tax dollars going to? I mean, Saturday I went to see Lakeview. It was, they're working on it. They are getting better.
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, they will be there. They're not there yet, but it was just I was sick to my stomach. I mean, I almost literally got sick
Well, what
when
made
I walked
you sick
in there.
about Lakeview High School?
Well, the 3rd and 4th floors kind of look like an insane asylum.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
that's usually
yeah.
the insane asylums usually are in the 3rd and 4th floors.
Well, I don't know
Yeah.
how they did things back when you went to school. It is the oldest high school in the state of Illinois.
Really?
And trust me, it's the oldest high school in the state of Illinois. But they are changing. They're going to get new floors, new lockers, all of that, new cafeteria, a new gym.
How about
So,
new teachers?
New teachers. The teachers, they do care.
I'm
and
sure
a
they
lot
do,
of
and
the
I have
teachers that
nothing
are
against-
there have been there for decades because they love the students. And they have this principal that is getting stuff done. This is his 2nd year there, and he's taking care of it.
Yeah, I have nothing against the teachers. It's just that they're way overpaid.
Well, is it the pension? Is it the payment
it's
that they
a
get
combination
after?
of things. They get
Yeah, but
step
where are our
increases. They get
tax-
everything like that. Everybody knows that a teacher needs about 4 years of experience. You don't need to get master's degrees and things
Yeah,
like
but
that.
if you
It
get a
doesn't work.
master's degree, you get there's a bump in your paycheck.
Yeah, and there shouldn't be because it's not based on on what it does for the students.
It's not based on
It's just getting
performance.
credentials. And,
Right,
that's,
yeah.
And that's a bunch of bull. Absolute bull.
Bro.
Pardon my Eddie Schwartz.
Brr.
Yeah.
But yes. So we had back to the trip. I'm still venting about selective enrollment. I'm sorry.
Do whatever
I eventually
you want. It's your
it's
show.
Cathartic. No, it's our show, Bruce.
No, it's thank
Bruce
you.
and
You're very
Amy.
nice. And I love it. It's great. It's great. So why am I voting for Rauner?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for
so
helping me
because
out.
we got on this cul-de-sac here about Lakeview High School, which is fine.
Sorry.
No, but
just
I
where are our tax dollars
look
going?
because
really?
he's the do I want the what I like to call, and this is a trademark term, the
Mhm.
Pritzkrieg is going to hit the state of Illinois.
The Pritzkrieg.
The Pritzkrieg. You can use that
The
in subsequent
Pritzkrieg.
shows.
Okay.
Yeah, because and that's actually it has a Nazi connotation to it, and Pritzker's Jewish, but I'm Jewish, so I can do whatever I want.
Right, and I
Yeah.
am not going to touch that.
Yeah. Well, your last name's Jacobson.
Well, I'm
And
not
people
part of the
think you're-
tribe. But I thought that
you're
you
an
vote for
honorary member.
Pritzker because he's part of the tribe.
No, because Jews don't do that.
Okay.
You remember the old saw, Jews are the only people who live like Episcopalians but vote like Puerto Ricans. They never vote in their self-interest, and they never vote for their own. They never vote for their own kind. Well, they do love their own kind.
Yes.
I mean, we all have a little pride. I love that Joe Lieberman had a chance to be the vice president. Did I vote for him? No, because I vote on principle.
So you're going to vote for Rauner.
So I mean, Rauner is, as bad as he is, and I don't like, the abortion decision that he made. But that was the sine qua non. That was the reason that everything else looks bad. Everything's viewed through the prism of that legislation, because we could have lived with all the other stuff. Him claiming that he's the puppet of Madigan, stuff like that. On the other hand, I can see let's let Illinois just totally bottom out, and because and throw it in the laps of the Democrats, and they won't be able to. They won't be able to
how
solve
much
the
lower
problem.
can we go?
That's what's interesting. How much?
I mean,
can
really, we had a
go?
shooting outside our house on Saturday night. I was so excited to get in my own bed and
There go your
sleep with
property
my
values.
pillow. No,
Okay.
you think really?
My pillow.
I was happy to be reunited with it. And I put my head down, and then there's a shot fired. And then a minute later, less than a minute later, there are 3 to 4 rounds fired in my back alley.
Wait a minute.
So I grabbed my son that's his bedroom's closest to the alley, got on our stomachs, went to the front room.
Are
I
you
called
kidding
911.
me?
No, this is the second time we've done this. The kid in the middle, Eli, he's got the best bedroom. He's got the safety room, because
Sure.
nothing could come through the
I know where this
the
is going.
side.
This is going
But I'm
that you
thinking,
put the.
and then I called the police, and they never show up.
Oh.
They said, "Are you sure, ma'am? Have you been drinking?
So in summary-
ma'am, are you?" And I said, "No, I'm stone sober. I just drove in from Aurora, and I'm telling you, I know the difference because I'm a former gun owner. I know the difference between tire flattening, fireworks, and gunshots.
Maybe you should be a current gun owner. So Lakeview High School is questionable. You live in a neighborhood where there's gunfire. I thought this was going to go into that you actually can strap on your My Pillow and it serves as a protective vest.
Hear about the big stories of the day Then talk about them right here on Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560. The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, highlights from the trip and where is Dan Proft? But first, here's your forecast, and it's a warm one.
Hola. Today, mostly sunny, breezy, and warmer. High of 73. Tonight, mainly clear, breezy, and mild. Low of 55. Tomorrow, windy and very warm with some sun and some clouds. A high of 80. Now, with a check of traffic, here's Jim Telemonte.
Yes, Bruce.
All
good
right.
morning. Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning, Amy. Good morning. Welcome back. In Sycamore, north of DeKalb, in DeKalb County, got a fire. This is affecting the 2700 block of Glidden Road, south of 72. Crest Hill eastbound 30 has reopened Caton Farm. There's been a crash there involving a motorcycle. All clear on the Aidens. Kennedy, good. Reversibles are open inbound. No problems yet on the Eisenhower, the Stevenson. Inbound Rye, just a little congested approaching downtown. Inbound Bishop Ford, got a 2-minute delay. Cottage Grove to the merge. Tollways are fine, and Northwest Indiana looks great. I'm Jim Telemonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
You know, you can technically kill someone with a MyPillow and then put it in the washer on hot.
Okay,
with a
you
little
don't need to do the
chlorine.
read on the MyPillow. Give it to me. You're off.
Wait, what do you mean? What?
No, go
What
ahead. You
happened?
wanna
No,
do the MyPillow
I was so
read?
happy that to get home to sleep on my pillow. I forgot to bring my Go Anywhere pillow with me. But one guy on our trip, Patrick Cotter, the Cotters were there.
Sure.
He actually traveled and shoved his MyPillow in his suitcase. And I wish I would have done what he did. You know why? Because it conforms to your neck and back.
Oh,
it gives you the best sleep ever.
It's
and I
cool
am
on
not
both sides. Yes.
I'm not making this up.
I love
I
my
can't
pillow.
live without my pillow.
I got a MyPillow.
And right now we still have the 4-pack. And I'm not talking about your abs.
You're certainly not.
Haven't seen those for a while, have you?
No.
The 4-pack is 2 premium Go pillows, 2 Go Anywhere My Pillows, all for 50% off. It's made in America. 10-year warranty, 60-day money-back guarantee. So they really stand behind their product. Here's what you do. You go to MyPillow.com, type in Amy in the promo code, 2 premium My Pillows, 2 Go Anywhere pillows, half off. Or call this number, 800-489-0201. That's 800-489-0201.
Here's the cold, hard truth about hard water in our homes. Nearly 90% of America is affected by it. Hard water contains harsh minerals that can dry out skin and hair. Hard water can raise our electricity bill by up to 48%. It even creates buildup in pipes that can lead to pathogenic bacteria growth. Stressed out yet? Don't be. Salt-based water softeners can solve all your hard water issues. Get the full scoop at alittlesalt.org.
Why do we call it small business? Why not agile business, nimble business, dance circles around the big, bulky behemoths business? Ooma Office, the small business phone solution, has a virtual receptionist to direct calls to the right extension and a mobile app to help you answer while away from the office. About all that's small really is the price, starting at only $19.95 a month. Visit Ooma.com, that's OOMA, or call 866-649-9377 to find out more. Ooma, the phone your small business deserves.
Safety. It's so important at your industrial facility. You need to keep your personnel safe and meet OSHA requirements. One problem with your ladders, platforms, or safety guards, and you could be facing costly fines. Vans Industrial helps you meet OSHA standards to keep your employees safe.
Hi, I'm Dave Van Camp, president of Vans Industrial. As a business owner, I realize the importance of keeping my employees safe, and I'm here to offer my expertise. Vans Industrial is a specialty contractor uniquely equipped to design, fabricate, and install safety equipment, including walkways, handrails, stairways, and machinery guards. Our Vans Industrial team can inspect existing systems, engineer solutions, fabricate quality goods, and install them with trained pros, all making a safer environment for your employees.
Call 833-VANS-IND for a free inspection of your facility. Interested in what else they do? Visit vansindustrial.com. That's VANS industrial.com. Quality craftsmanship since 1964. There's a lot going on with your mouth. It's how you communicate through speech and your smile. It's where you put food to fuel your body. It's how you show affection to your loved ones. The health of your mouth and teeth are so important. And Dentistry for All Ages in Elk Grove Village can help keep your mouth and teeth in excellent condition. When is the last time you had a dental checkup? It's suggested every 6 months. Dr. Leischner and Dr. Fernelli at Dentistry for All Ages focus on comprehensive consultations and most dental services. But start with an oral cancer screening using Velscope. It sounds technical, but it's a really simple process. And right now, you can get a free oral cancer screening with your dental cleaning and exam. Dentistry for All Ages is in Elk Grove Village, Suite 660, in the Eberly Building in Alexian Brothers Hospital, with a convenient indoor parking garage located on the first 4 floors. Call 847-439-2445 for an appointment, or go to dentistryforallage.com. Dentistryforallage.com.
AM 560, The Answer.
Welcome back.
The Carters. Things how you take it out. We're sing.
Welcome back.
Same old place that we love.
Big Gabe Kaplan fan.
Did you come? Wait, come on. What are the words? And
I didn't even watch Vinny Barbarino.
Okay, ready? Sure. Ooh, the mouth to make a ooh. There when I need you, just to turn it up again. Just please bring back. Got it on the spot.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Welcome back.
Wow.
Welcome back.
And that, the reason why we played the Cotters, or Welcome Back Cotters, because we had the Cotters with us for our Paradise, or Passport to Paradise. We went to Secrets Maroma Beach. And the first few days, I was shared a room with my mom, which is always fun. I mean, it's always good to bond with your mom. Excuse me. And there was a lot of seaweed, but then, because they had a big storm before we got there, and then the last 3 days, the water was picture perfect. Pristine blue. It was just beautiful. And everybody was so friendly at that resort. I mean, and service was amazing, because sometimes you go to all-inclusives and you wait like, oye, venaka, necesito beber, I need a drink. But there they were, what do you need? Can I help you?
So because of the seaweed, when there were couples who were there who were romantic and trying to recreate the From Here to Eternity scene on the beach, when the water washed over them, they were covered in seaweed. Like, I believe, an airplane.
Exactly.
I think, yes.
Yeah, but it cleared up, and it was great.
Good.
Tracy Kahn, his wife Pam, Beth and Jim.
Do we have a song for the Kahns?
Do we have a song for Jim, and Beth? I mean, there's just so many people. Ann B. Davis's bowling ball went with his wife.
I heard.
And I love her.
Isn't
She's
it
great. I just loved everybody on the trip. There was not one person on our trip that I didn't want to spend time with.
Isn't it amazing that Ann B. Davis's bowling ball is a sane, rational human being?
And he's kind of quiet.
Yes, I met him at Sean from Elmwood Park's cigar store a couple of years ago, and I was just like so dumbfounded that he was just a regular, intelligent man.
But it was funny when people,
because you see these tweets from him.
Oh yeah, but when the people on our trip realized that was Ann B. Davis's bowling ball, one fell off his chair and he said, "Oh my God, I'm in the presence of such greatness. Are you really Ann B. Davis's bowling ball?" It was so funny. But I mean, Bob and Diane were there. I can just go on and on. I'm probably forgetting a ton of people. Rick from Displays and his awesome wife Debbie, who almost beat Dan Proft in ping pong.
Is Dan a ping pong aficionado?
Yes. But I beat him in
happy
basketball.
birthday to Dan Proft. Yesterday was his birthday.
Oh, yes, that's right. And that's why he's
I
not
didn't wish
here
him
today.
one, but I knew that.
You didn't wish him.
No.
Well, you two kiss and make up.
There's no problem between us, as far as I know. I haven't spoken to him in 3 years. But
why don't we all go golfing? Let's have a bonding moment.
We'll play. Can we play from the ladies' tees? Because I can't.
That's only where I play from, dear.
Good.
But you have to wear a skirt.
Like I never do.
And you better hit the ball down the middle. Okay.
I play old man golf now because I'm an old man, and I hit the ball down the middle.
So
That's
do
what
I.
I do.
That's good. That's why you don't have to lose a golf ball. Now, I did not golf on this trip because it was muy caro. It was very expensive, 300 plus
really?
bucks. Yeah, the fancy courses that Dan went to with his fancy friends.
Oh, God.
I said, well, I could buy 2 weeks of groceries with that, or I could be selfish and go golfing. But I'll save it
You
for...
could pay for tuition to Lakeview High School.
Too soon.
Sorry.
Way too soon. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, for the sake of journalism, should the White House Correspondents' Dinner be stopped? But first, let's go into the newsroom, catch up with news here at home and around the world. Here is Mike Scott.
Amy and Bruce, good morning. Good morning, everyone. 44 degrees along the lakefront, is 40 officially at O'Hare. ISIS this morning claims responsibility for 2 suicide bombings They killed at least 25 and in the Afghan capital of Kabul. 8 journalists among the dead targeted in a second blast as they raced to cover the first explosion. In Sweden this morning, 3 have been arrested on suspicion of preparing an act of terror. Sweden's domestic intelligence agency Sapo says the 3 were arrested Monday for terror-related activities in several locations around Greater Stockholm. The organization investigating says they have been on the agency's radar for quite a while. North Korea is going to open its nuclear test site after it closes next month, so they say. New National Security Advisor John Bolton isn't sure if North Korea will negotiate away its nuclear weapons as they have made promises before.
If he has made a strategic determination that North Korea would be better off without nuclear weapons, then I think we've got something to talk about, and I think the president would be eager to capitalize on the opportunity.
John Bolton. South Korean officials say North Korean leader Kim Jong-un told the South Korean president that experts and journalists from the U.S. will be able to see that site. Democratic Representative Adam Schiff weighs in on what's led to discussions, he believes, between the U.S., the North, and the South.
The combination of the president's unpredictability and indeed his bellicosity had something to do with the North Koreans deciding to come to the table.
Adam Schiff was on ABC's This Week. The president getting ready to speak at the NRA annual convention this week. That so-called migrant caravan is stopped at the U.S.-Mexico border for now. A group of Central American immigrants made it to Tijuana, Mexico. Mexico will not help them. They want entrance into the U.S. Meantime, border officials say they've reached capacity for the day before the group had a chance to petition for asylum. Vancouver, British Columbia has a record no city ever wants. The Canadian city set a record for the highest gas price ever in North America yesterday, $4.77 a gallon. No one is in custody after a 5-year-old girl was wounded by a stray bullet on Chicago's northwest side. 2 are dead following a shooting in Elgin. The victims were shot yesterday. Both died at area hospitals. An investigation continues today, just over 1 year after 17-month-old Samaje Crosby was found dead in her Joliet Township home. And in Springfield this morning, one Central Illinois Republican says he is expecting lawmakers to act on FOID cards, tightening restrictions by the end of May. Cubs edged the Brewers 2-0. Royals clipped the White Sox 5-4 in KC. The news is a service of Lowe's. Pro customers at Lowe's save 5% every day when you use your Lowe's business credit account. 5% on all purchases in-store or online, subject to credit approval, U.S. only. 5:33 is our time. We'll have a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Mike Gallagher loves the hypocrisy of the left.
This bastion of progressivism, Starbucks, where people who sit around for hours upon hours. You're going to tell me 2 black guys can't sit at a table without being bothered? And I love every bit of the consequences that pretentious, overpriced place is now having to pay.
The Mike Gallagher Show, weekdays at 9, right before Dennis Prager at 11 on AM 560. The Answer.
Dan Proft here, and I'm here with my guy, Ryan Kelly, at thehomeloanexpert.com. If you're like most folks, this time of year, the credit card debt really starts to add up. Ryan was telling me about a loan that can help you get rid of the credit card debt.
Absolutely. It's a cash-out refinance, and it's one of the favorite loans that we do here at thehomeloanexpert.com. It's just as easy as a normal refinance. We'll get you the lower rate, drop the payment and all that, but we'll also get you the cash you need to pay off the credit cards. Stop making those greedy credit card companies rich. Month after month, you make the payments, the balances don't come down. Maybe you get really good and you pay them down, but it seems like something pops up and they're right back up. It almost makes you scared to go to the mailbox. If you're a homeowner, know this. Home values all around Chicagoland are skyrocketing. You have a lot of equity. Your home is worth a lot more than it was just a year ago. Let's do a refinance, get the cash out, and pay off all those credit cards once and for all. I'm Ryan Kelly. I truly am the home loan expert. Apply for your cash out refinance today at thehomeloanexpert.com. The Home Loan Expert LLC.
5:35. Check of your early morning roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. The Edens is clear right now. Kennedy still looking good, too. Express lanes are open inbound. Traffic starting to build, a little bit approaching O'Hare. The Eisenhower inbound, a little bit heavy east of 25th. No significant delay yet, though. A little congestion. Down Stevenson. 1 minute delay, Pulaski to Kedzie. On Ryan. 2 minute delay, 18th into the Burns Circle. Bishop Ford, about a 2 minute delay, Cottage Grove to the merge. Other expressways and tollways are good at the moment. Traffic, it's the service of Discover Student Loans. Figuring out how to cover college costs? Discover Student Loans is one of the top private student loan lenders in the country. Great rates, zero fees. While students can earn a cash reward for good grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte on AM 560, The Answer.
And Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Sunny, breezy and warmer, 73. Clear, breezy and mild, 55 overnight. We may hit 80 tomorrow, windy and very warm. Wednesday, we'll need the rain that's in the forecast. Shower and thunderstorm around, high 78. Currently, we have 40 officially at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 6. Breaking news as it happens. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by the Money Hour Radio Show, Saturday afternoons at 3 on AM 560, The Answer. Brought to you by Pearshell Financial Group.
If you're looking for the latest news, insight into what it means, and the sharpest opinion, there's only one station in Chicago where you can turn, and it's this one. We're AM 560, The Answer.
I love this song. Do you know this song, Bruce?
I do not.
It's Tears for Fears.
Tears for Fears?
I think. No. Justin, what is it? Oh, it's a flock of seagulls. And fly away. Not our best work. Hey, are we going to be singing tomorrow?
Why wait for tomorrow? We already sang the theme to Welcome Back, Kotter.
But we did such a horrible job. We butchered that song.
You know, we were sight reading.
Exactly. Amy Jacobson here, Dan Proft, whose birthday was yesterday.
How old is he now?
Is off for the next few days. TikTok goes a clock. I think he's 81, but he Botoxes.
Sure.
And he's had some hair plugs, so he's doing really well.
Very well.
Yeah. No,
I saw he tweeted a picture of him on the rocks at a golf course, and he had set like a record for worst score for a single handicapper. But that was a humble brag by him because he was able to tell everybody that he's a single handicapper.
Mm-hmm, exactly. Yeah. And then he went fishing on Friday with a bunch of people and posted a picture on Twitter of a weirdo itty bitty fish.
Really?
Yeah, and I tweeted back, "That's not a fish. That's bait."
Exactly.
That's what you put on the end of the line to go deep sea fishing.
I can't talk about that because I did go deep sea fishing in Florida when I was about 12.
Yeah.
And I immediately got nauseated and had to sleep. They actually had to put me like near the cabin.
Yeah.
And I didn't. And all
They
I
put
did
you
was
inside the vessel?
It was like in a cove, not quite inside. And all I did was dream of the Bears and Packers playing in the snow at Wrigley Field while I'm on a deep sea fishing excursion in Florida.
You can get motion sickness.
I'm getting sick just thinking
All right,
about it.
but what happens when that happens again, if it does? Take Dramamine the night before with a glass of water.
Yeah.
But also, you shouldn't be underneath in the cabin. You should be on the boat, the bow of the boat, looking at the horizon. You know what? Actually, talking about it, too, is making me
I'm getting sick just thinking about it. Yeah.
Who's rocking this boat?
Yeah. Sit down, you're rocking the boat.
Rock the boat, baby. Well, who's rocking the boat over the weekend was this comedian. I've never actually heard of her.
I've seen her do
Michelle
a routine.
Wolf?
Yeah, I saw her at the end of an HBO special. She tells this story. It's really pretty funny about a text messaging romance that she has with this guy. She
Mhm.
and he's.
That's called sexting. But
Well, no, but they weren't really sexting to each other. They were talking to each other, and she was playing hard to get. And I'm going to truncate this whole thing, and you won't get the humor of it that much. But finally, she relents after months and months and says, "Okay, I'm interested," and then she never hears from the guy again. So basically, she's a lonely broad who had to take it out on poor Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Well, not only that, I mean, she ripped on. It was supposed to be a fun, lighthearted, a little satire.
There's some.
But
There's
it
been some
cuts-
vicious moments. Don Imus was horrible with the Clintons.
Oh,
I couldn't believe the Clintons were sitting there.
Well,
Yeah.
Who's worse, Don Imus or this chick? Because
It's
it got
close, yeah.
ugly early.
A lot of people want Trump to be impeached. I do not. Because just when you think Trump is awful, you remember Mike Pence. Mike Pence is what happens when Anderson Cooper isn't gay. Mike Pence is the kind of guy that brushes his teeth and then drinks orange juice and thinks,
That was okay. He brushes his teeth or drinks orange juice after brushing his teeth.
But the problem is that Trump isn't there. So Trump's not there. So Sarah Huckabee Sanders has to take the heat because Trump isn't there. And there's kind of an unwritten rule: you don't go after the staff. But they did. And
not only staff, but Kellyanne Conway.
Okay, but
Ivanka Trump.
But the one joke I heard, I don't know if you have the clip, is that Michelle Wolf says, "Hey, Sarah Huckabee Sanders."
Wait, we'll play it. I think this is it.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
There's also, of course, Ivanka. She was supposed to be an advocate for women, but it turns out she's about as helpful to women as an empty box of tampons. She's done nothing to satisfy women. So I guess, like father, like daughter, she's the diaper genie of the administration. On the outside, she looks sleek, but the inside, it's still full of I actually really like Sarah. I think she's very resourceful. Like, she burns facts, and then she uses that ash to create a perfect smoky eye.
No, the actual sound, it was bad.
Oh, we've got more montages of her ripping on Sarah Sanders.
She says Sarah Huckabee Sanders finally gets to go to the prom. And that's a fat joke because Sarah Huckabee Sanders is a plain, overweight
She's not.
woman.
I think she's beautiful.
Yeah, there you go. Everything is beautiful in its own way.
No, honestly.
Sure.
I do. I honestly think she's not. She is not bad looking.
Look, Maggie
That's
Haberman of the New York Times,
Yes.
who's not no Trump fan, said that this was terrible, that they were making fun of. It was a Mean Girls kind of thing, making fun of Sarah Huckabee Sanders. And Michelle Wolf tweeted yesterday saying, "Oh, I don't know what you're talking about, Maggie. I wasn't doing that at all. I was just talking about Sarah Huckabee Sanders' behavior." No, that's not true. I mean, she's lying to herself if she thinks she was doing that. Because when you say somebody didn't get to go to the prom, you're making a fat joke. It's a Mean Girls thing.
It was a Mean Girls thing, and that's the thing. Should the White House Correspondents' Dinner be canceled, or take a year off, maybe, or be change the way they do business? Because it's supposed to be they hand out scholarships at this dinner, but of course we never see who wins the scholarship because it's all about the headliner. And then they honor journalists for their heroic
fake stuff. Jake Tapper got an award for being in cahoots with James Clapper. And I'm going to shut my yapper right now and try to be a rapper.
Yeah. She talked about Jake Tapper.
Now, there is a lot to cover tonight. There's a lot to go over. I can't get to everything. I know there's a lot of people that want me to talk about Russia and Putin and collusion, but I'm not going to do that because there's also a lot of liberal media here, and I've never really wanted to know what any of you look like when you orgasm. Except for maybe you, Jake Tapper. I did something like this. Okay, that's all the time we have.
Is that funny?
Well, I didn't see the sight gag.
Well, she went like this.
Oh.
That's all the time we have.
It's interesting. She did, and somebody mentioned this yesterday, because of all the insults that you made and the fact that they might scotch the whole dinner right now. She actually ripped the liberal media at one point because she said, look, you guys have an obsession with Trump. You love him because he's done so much for you. they're making money hand over foot because of him. A guy like Colbert would be dead in the water right now if it weren't for Trump. So there's a symbiotic relationship that the liberal media have with Trump.
And she did touch on Hillary.
It is kind of crazy that the Trump campaign was in contact with Russia when the Hillary campaign wasn't even in contact with Michigan. It's a direct flight. It's so close.
It's a direct flight. That was funny. And then she said something that made me, honestly, and I don't tweet a lot about the topic of abortion because I try and stay away from that topic, but she joked around about abortion and even suggested that why don't you try it? Oh, don't knock it. Don't knock it until you try it.
Mike Pence is also very anti-choice. He thinks abortion is murder, which, first of all, don't knock it till you try it. And when you do try it, really knock it. You got to get that baby out of there. And yeah, sure, you can groan all you want. I know a lot of you are very anti-abortion, unless it's the one you got for your secret mistress. It's fun how values can waver. But good for you. Mike Pence is a weirdo, though. He's a weird little guy.
She was talking about Trump's campaign advisor whose wife was pregnant, and then he got his Jason.
Sure.
What's his name?
I forgot.
Miller, right? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but I know that.
You know what? The guy with no chin, on the goatee. You got to get a goatee on when you're going to have a chin.
I'm old now. Short-term memory's not that good.
Yeah.
But that was horrible. I mean, she should have debated Kevin Williamson, who believes that women who have abortions should be hanged. I love Kevin Williamson. He should not have been jettisoned by the Atlantic. But that's an aside. Yeah, they're saying they're going to get rid of the dinner. If Trump doesn't show up, you really can't have a dinner.
You can't. Yeah. Don't even bother. Yeah. And Sarah Sanders for sitting there. I mean, even Jonathan Karl from ABC News, who was sitting next to her, felt bad for her.
Well, I've been to a lot of these. I know you have too, Dan. And there was a lot that was good at the dinner, celebration of the First Amendment, some journalism awards, scholarships. I think that the comedian crossed the line. And this went from poking fun to being mean-spirited. It was very uncomfortable. I think that Sarah Sanders handled herself very well, considering what was coming her way. And I think that most people in that room were uncomfortable. We're uncomfortable with the direction of the jokes, no question at all. And certainly the only thing it will do is results probably in more goodwill for Sarah Sanders, because nobody should have to sit through that.
They did not advance the cause for journalism, I'll tell you that. And that woman was classless. I think she owes Sarah Sanders an apology. I don't think they should have hired her in the first place. Maybe they would look at her jokes before she went and spoke. That might have been helpful.
The White House Correspondents Association president,
Margaret
Tlaib, said the routine was, quote, not in the spirit, unquote, of its mission. However, she stopped short of an apology for a performance that many felt crossed the line. See, I would have liked it had Tom Brokaw gotten up there and said, I really like the fact that I got this letter of support from Rachel Maddow and Andrea Mitchell are sitting at that table over there like I do them, like I'd hit on that.
Andrea Mitchell, speaking of her, she tweeted out that an apology is owed and others grossly insulted by Michelle Wolf at the White House Correspondents Association dinner, which started with uplifting, heartfelt speech, and then the comedian was the worst since Imus insulted the Clintons.
Yes. That was, but the Clintons, see, at least Trump, as bad as you think he is, he understands I'm not going to show up for something like that. But the Clintons are so shameless. They will sit there. Well, you could.
What did he? What did?
Oh,
Imus
it was
say
just about
was
Bill screwing around on there. It was horrible, and she's sitting there. They are so power hungry. Those people from Dogpatch.
So they sat there and took the verbal
abuse.
They
take it, and then they just go on their merry way. They're very troubling to me.
Listen to podcasts of Dan and Amy from the AM 560 mobile app. Download it today at 560theanswer.com/mobile.
a glass of wine on the patio at day's end, laughter from your teens and their friends gathered around the crackling fire of your new fire pit. This is the private oasis that AM Woodland Outdoor Design can create for you. Your outdoor space should be a reflection of your family's personality and a true extension of your home, not just a place to set your grill and furniture. A well-designed and constructed outdoor space can add significant value to your home and bring endless days of enjoyment. Spend more time together as a family, entertain friends, or just have a personal sanctuary to relax and de-stress. The expert team at AM Woodland Outdoor Design will guide you through every step of the process. They provide quality service with the utmost integrity and reliability every time.
AM Woodland Outdoor Design, proudly serving Lake, Cook, and Kenosha counties, helping make the communities they grew up in as beautiful as they can be. Visit amwoodland.com. That's amwoodland.com or call 847-224-2167.
Make sure to check out the Income Store live video stream of today's show right now at 560theanswer.com.
Warren Buffett's mentor, Benjamin Graham, said, "The essence of investment management is the management of risk, not returns." Hi, this is Joe Lopresti, president of Arlington Capital Management. I'm here to explain how we help manage our clients' exposure to risk. We're the creators of our proprietary proactive asset allocation strategy, known as PAS. It is designed to analyze important market trends and alert us to potential changes in the market. But that's only part of what I believe makes Arlington Capital Management unique. It's the care and personalized service we provide our clients that really defines us. We understand how important your financial goals are to you and your family, and we never take that responsibility lightly. It all starts by understanding the things that are most important to you. It's part of the Arlington Capital Management difference. To experience it for yourself, schedule your complimentary consultation by calling 855-471-5796. That's 855-471-5796, or visit arlington-capital.com.
I'm Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity for upstream-ideas.com. Game show idea. Comey, Corey, or Christian. I'm going to read a series of passages, and you tell me which was said or written by former FBI Director Jim Comey, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, or 50 Shades of Grey protagonist Christian Grey. Let's begin. I want you to know that nothing has happened in the last year to change my view. Boy, those were the words I needed to hear. I know. And the East Coast loves you, and by the East Coast, I mean me. Do you think gay sex is a perversion? We lie there, panting together, waiting for our breathing to slow. He gently strokes my hair. Boy, I survived. That wasn't so bad. He was not going to get a hug without being a whole lot stronger than he looked. He wasn't. He holds out his hand, and in his palm are two shiny silver balls linked with a thick black thread. As he extended his hand, I made a mental note to check its size. It was smaller than mine, but did not seem unusually so. Look out, E.L. James. Jim Comey and Cory Booker are coming for you.
If you have pain, I hope you listen up. Hi, it's Mike Gallagher. You don't need to live in pain. Let me repeat that. You do not have to live in pain. Chronic pain is the worst, whether it's from an accident or pain that just develops. Chicagoland, you're in luck. Dr. Ken Candido is one of the nation's most respected and successful pain doctors. He's been voted one of Chicago's best pain doctors several times. Bottom line, he's the pain doctor you need. Dr. Candido of Chicago Anesthesia and Pain Specialists will help you get off pain medication and all of the side effects. How? By finding the source of your chronic pain and fixing it.
This is Ken Candido of Chicago Anesthesia Pain Specialists. Let's make you pain-free.
Call Dr. Ken Candido and make an appointment with a cutting-edge, respected, and successful pain physician. Go to mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com. Thousands have been helped with their chronic pain, and you could be the next one. Get the phone number and all the info you need at mypainchicago.com. That's mypainchicago.com.
Looking to refinance your existing mortgage and want the lowest rates and lowest closing costs? Then you need to call Team Hochberg. Other lenders boast about having low closing costs, which is like me saying I look good in a pair of 32-inch pants. Truth is, other lenders' closing costs are substantially higher than Team Hochberg's closing costs, and I haven't fit into a pair of 32-inch pants in over 40 years. Compare Team Hochberg's closing costs against any other lenders, and if our closing costs aren't lower, I'll donate to Veterans Roasters, an organization who hires homeless veterans to roast coffee, and an organization Team Hochberg already financially supports. When securing a mortgage, you can either work with a lender whose definition of low closing costs are over $1,000 higher than ours, Or you can call Team Hochberg now at 312-751-1333. Team Hochberg has helped thousands of AM 560 listeners, but we can't help if you don't call 312-751-1333 or visit am560david.com. Pearl Mortgage and Equal Housing Lender, Illinois Residential Mortgage Licensee 4358 and MLS 19186.
Jimmy John's Freaky Fast, Freaky Fresh.
I'm calling because I saw one of your delivery persons today, and he was totally naked.
Ma'am, I sincerely want to apologize for any...
Buck naked right there on the street.
Ma'am, we're doing all we can to...
And I say it's about darn time.
I know, and I'm gonna... Wait, what?
The human body is a beautiful thing, don't you agree?
Well,
We've suffered the tyranny of clothing for way too long.
Okay, but...
So thanks, Jimmy John's, for going all natural.
Actually, ma'am, it's our meats that are all natural.
Say what now?
Our meats are all natural. Wood smoked ham, choice roast beef, real fresh turkey breast, all natural and freaky fresh.
So I don't suppose I can expect all natural delivery in the future.
No.
Darn.
Every business needs great people, and the better way to find them. Something better than posting your job online and just praying for the right people to see it. ZipRecruiter revolutionized hiring. Their technology finds great candidates for you. No wonder 80% of employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate through the site in just one day. Goodbye post and pray. Hello ZipRecruiter. The smartest way to hire.
Try it for free today at ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/talkradio.
A storm is on the horizon, and you need to keep the lights on no matter what. Your business relies on the power being on 24/7. It's the lifeblood of your data and computer systems. Weather-related outages from the power company are not acceptable. Your need for a source of power that's reliable 24/7, along with round-the-clock service that can dispatch technicians to your site immediately, is mission critical. Your business needs Charles Equipment Energy Systems on speed dial. These are the big boys, not residential or solar, but reliable industrial generators for emergency backup or events. When you need more than a 100-foot extension cord plugged into a small engine generator, call Charles Equipment Energy Systems. They keep the lights on with rental generators for job sites or power outages. The storm season is here. Plan ahead. Call now to prepare generators for sudden damage and potential power outages. Call 630-834-6000. That's 630-834-6000 or charlesequipment.com. charlesequipment.com.
Don't forget that you can watch Chicago's Morning Answer on the Income Store live video stream every morning at 560theanswer.com.
5:56 on AM 560. It is time for a dry basement and a healthy home. Time to call Permaseal, 800-421-SEAL. And time to check the roads this morning. In the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Seeing delays now on the Kennedy Expressway in both directions. Inbound slow 190 to Lawrence. It's 26 minutes. O'Hare to downtown. Outbound 27. Heavy Fullerton to Kimball and approaching O'Hare. Slow on westbound 190 from Kennedy to Tri-State. About Eisenhower delays start at Manheim. 36 minutes, 390 to downtown. Outbound 29. Stevenson heavy early starting in Harlan. 50 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. The Ryan, 25 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford, 16 minutes, 8094 to the merge. Eastbound Adams tollway jam. Tri-State to Kennedy. Traffic service from Napa Auto Parts. This month, participating Napa Auto Parts stores, Napa Exact Fit wiper blades are $10 off if you buy a pair. Quality parts, helpful people. That's Napa know-how at participating Napa Auto Parts stores. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues after a full update from Fox News and your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, the latest from our meteorologist, Alexandra Rabb.
Today is mostly sunny, breezy, and warming up to a high of 73, and tonight is mainly clear, breezy, and mild with a low of 55. Tomorrow is windy and warm with sun and some clouds with a high of 79. I'm Alexandra Rabb on AM 560, The Answer.
40 at O'Hare, 45 along the lakefront. The news, a service of Discover Student Loans. Figuring out how to cover college costs, Discover Student Loans is one of the top private student loan lenders in the country with great rates, zero fees, plus students can earn a cash reward for their good grades. Visit discoverstudentloans.com to apply today. Limitations apply. 5:59. Here are the stories we're following this morning on AM 560. The Answer. Two are dead following a shooting in Elgin. Two have been brought in for questioning following that incident. No one in custody after a 5-year-old girl was wounded by a stray bullet on Chicago's northwest side. Authorities do not suspect Foul play after a fire pit explosion over the weekend in Glendale Heights sent 8 teens from Glenbard East High School to the hospital. Illinois' largest public sector union finally taking sides in the race for governor, AFSCME finally endorsing Democrat J.B. Pritzker. Cubs edged the Brew Crew 2-0. Royals clipped the White Sox 5-4. More Bruce and Amy after Fox News. WIND Chicago News Time is 6 o'clock.
Not allowed in. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A caravan of migrants from Central America is now at a California border crossing. President Trump has said such large caravans won't be let into the country.
U.S. officials say the border crossing is at capacity. Hundreds of Central American migrants are risking it all for a chance to seek asylum in the United States. But after their long journey by foot or by train, they find themselves stuck at the U.S.-Mexico border at the San Ysidro crossing in San Diego, where border agents are not allowing them entry.
That's Fox's Kelly Wright. ISIS attacks Afghanistan again. That's in Kabul, right after a double suicide bombing near NATO headquarters and foreign embassies. At least 25 people were killed, 8 of them journalists. The second attacker had pretended to be a reporter and blew himself up as the media gathered. New Secretary of State Pompeo wrapped up a Middle East trip in Jordan the day after going to Jerusalem.
The United States is with Israel in this fight, and we strongly support Israel's sovereign right to defend itself.
A British activist group believes Israel's behind a missile strike last night in Syria that reportedly killed 26 pro-government fighters. Dr. Ronnie Jackson will not only not be the next head of the VA, he's being reassigned at the White House, where Fox's John Decker is live.
Dr. Jackson will not be returning to his previous role as the president's personal physician. Fox News has confirmed that the Navy Rear Admiral, who withdrew as President Trump's VA pick last week, will remain on the staff of the White House Medical Unit. Jackson withdrew his nomination following allegations that he drank on the job and presided over a toxic work environment. Jackson has denied the allegations. Dave?
John, Star Wars has been avenged.
Let's talk about this plan of yours. I think it's good, except it sucks.
The Avengers set a box office record. Infinity Wars had a $250 million opening weekend, eclipsing The Force Awakens. Fox News, fair and balanced.
On AM 560, The Answer. Your opinion counts. And we want to know how you feel about the news stories we're talking about each and every day. Make sure to vote in the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll at 560theanswer.com. Listen for today's poll question at 10:30 a.m., 12:30 p.m., and 3:30 p.m. and hear the results each evening at 5:30. It's the M13 Graphics Opinion Express poll on 560theanswer.com.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
Build business with Chamber 630, one of the largest business organizations in DuPage County. Marketing your business and connecting clients is their priority. Visit chamber630.com or call 630-968-4050 to join today.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560. The Answer.
Good Monday morning. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf in for me. I'm in for Dan.
Top of the morning.
We're rotating chairs. Yeah, and thanks so much for filling in. You
Had a
and Sean
blast.
for
Sean-
last week.
Sean is great.
I know people are mourning you on Twitter as if you passed. We're so sad to see them go. They're not going anywhere. They'll be back. Sean has a show here on Sunday nights. So it's all good. And we want to thank our listeners who went with us to Secrets Maroma Beach. That was one we've been on. I think I've been on 8 trips. I've been on all of our trips. And that was really special because we had such a great group of people. There was no one that I didn't want to hang out with. And I love the Leahys, Stephen Leahy.
Sure.
And his wife, Teresa, wonderful people. Farrah, Marcus Brown's wife, love her. Danielle, Eric's wife, Jeff Reisman, Donna. I mean, the whole group that we had was so amazing. When we made new friends, we had a bunch of WLS listeners on our trip, believe it or not.
Really?
Because
they have no place to go.
Yeah, they switched to this station. Beth and Jim are wonderful people. They are here. The Cotters, we talked about them. And there's Andy Davis's bowling ball and his wife. And so we had a really, really great time.
I missed Andy Davis's tweets.
Well, he tweeted a little bit.
But he was off his game a little bit because he was vacationing.
Yeah, give the guy a break. It's a great place to go, too. And he tweeted about the trip saying, you should go with your kids, when they have summer break to national parks. But if you want to just reconnect with yourself and with your wife or your partner or whomever and relax, then you should go on our trips.
How much drinking was done?
Drinking. I drink a lot of water because it's hot out there.
Yeah.
It was really hot. Yeah. But, it's all inclusive. So you have your drink of the day, and they bring you that to try. And, yeah, we have no injuries this year.
Oh, okay. But some of the segments that I heard, they sounded like they were juiced up a little bit, which was good. I mean, I enjoyed that.
We played some Boza buckets. We played basketball.
Wonderful.
Dan went fishing. We played ping pong. I mean, this place had it all.
Great.
Only injury, I got a huge spider bite on my elbow, and it's all puffy. But I let it soak in hydrogen peroxide yesterday, and these white little balls were coming out. And I kept thinking, oh, my gosh, I have baby spiders in there.
And Ann B. Davis's bowling ball didn't offer to suck out the venom, did he? No. Okay.
Not yet.
All right.
But it was quite a weekend. I mean, it was a tale of two Washingtons, dueling events Saturday night because you had the White House Correspondents' Dinner in Washington, D.C., and you had President Trump deciding to skip it for a second year in a row. And he went to Washington, Michigan, which is near Detroit.
Fake news. Very dishonest. But you watch Comey, and you watch the way he lies. And then he's got the memos. I wonder when he wrote the memos, right? Then he's got the memos, and he puts them up. Watch the way he lies. It's the most incredible thing. Do you remember John Lovitz? Do you remember? The liar. Well, Comey's worse. Comey's a liar and a leaker. You know, I did you a great favor when I fired this guy. I tell you, I did you a great favor.
But has Comey gone away yet? Is he done with his
He's still got
book tour?
More places to talk. He was on with Brett Baer.
I
on
watched
Thursday,
that. And I didn't know he had a diary like a little high school girl.
Right. And then
I mean, what high school girl even has time to do a diary now? But, I mean, he wrote in his diary.
We were fortunate enough to get to talk to Brett the next morning about it.
he did call in. Yes.
Yeah, he did call in. And it was a lot of fun. And
what did he say?
Well, one of the things, there were so many things from Comey. One of the things was he tried to draw a distinction between the term extremely careless and grossly negligent. There is no difference between the two.
And you would know, you're a lawyer.
Well, I mean, because
Wolf and Wolf Associates. Never lost a case, but never tried one.
Never had one.
Never had one.
So the negligence is carelessness. So if it's worse than carelessness, it's extreme carelessness, which equals gross negligence. But he was trying to make a distinction between the two. Andy McCarthy had a great column about that interview, and he highlighted the point that Comey wants to have it both ways. He wanted to be in charge of everything. That's why he got out there and usurped the authority of the Attorney General and made the speech, we're not going to go after Hillary Clinton. But by the same token, he said, well, I'm just at the mercy of the Department of Justice, which has decided that we have to show that Hillary had intent, and gross negligence or extreme carelessness would not be enough. Well, make up your mind. I mean, you're at the mercy of the Department of Justice, or are you taking control? And, of course, he shouldn't have taken control. It was outside his authority, which is why Rod Rosenstein said he should have been fired in the first place. Then there's the whole thing about the memos, which Trump
the memo.
mentioned.
He mentioned that and talked about the lovers. The lovers.
You look at what was going on at the top of the FBI. It is a disgrace, and everybody in this room understands it. The lovers, the two lovers, right? Lisa and Strzok. Lisa and Peter, the two lovers, what they said, what was going on. Look at how many of those top officials were fired or removed, and they should be out of here. And what about the guy that took $700,000 for his wife's campaign? Nobody even talks about it. Nobody even talks about it.
Trump, all the points that Trump makes are correct. It's just funny hearing him talk about lovers when he had to pay off Stormy Daniels.
Oh, I don't know what you're doing. Allegedly.
So
he doesn't. Wait, Bruce, he didn't know anything about that.
No. Then he said he was his attorney in handling the Stormy Daniels case.
Has she gone away yet?
She's still got her 15 minutes.
She's got a show here at the Admirals Club, June 14th.
Admiral Theater, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. The Admiral Theater, June 14th, 15th,
Isn't
and 16th.
the Admirals Club where you go for American Airlines or something like that?
That's correct.
You don't want to mistake the Admirals Club at the airport thinking that you're going to get a lap dance there.
With the Admiral Theater. Yeah. But she'll be here June 14th, 15th, and 16th. And I told Dan we should do show prep because they close at 6 a.m. So we could actually do a remote from there.
Do a remote from the Admirals Club or the Admiral Theater.
Yeah.
And
I'm sure Salem Broadcasting would be all over that.
Well, the justification, of course, would be to do investigatory work about,
exactly,
and get an exclusive interview.
Jeff, we need to talk. Mr. Reisman, general manager, we want to meet Stormy.
But that was another thing that Comey was duplicitous about because Bret Baier was asking him about these memos and he remember the colloquy between Anderson Cooper.
Oh, the colloquy! I had that with my steak last night.
Well,
on the side with some cheese sauce.
Well, one of my children had colloquy as a baby, but
words with Wolf.
Okay, you're even worse than I am. You're throwing me off. I mean, that doesn't happen, Jacobson. I stick to the point here.
I won't look at you.
Go
on, talk.
We have to have our raison d'etre is to get out the conservative message here and to bash Comey. And the thing is that he tried to say that with these memos that he gave to his friend, the Professor Richmond, they weren't they were private memos. They were part of his diary or whatever. And the problem is that while it might not be criminal what he did, might not be criminal, it definitely was a violation of his employment agreement with the FBI. You're not supposed to leak these things. It was government property. And he tries to tell Bret Baier that it was his own.
And when I was at the Mayan ruins in Tulum, I had heard, correct me if I'm wrong, that Comey has hired Patrick Fitzgerald to be his attorney?
Yes, the man who withheld exculpatory evidence in the Scooter Libby case. Okay.
And who brought down Rod Blagojevich.
Yeah,
and who said Lincoln's rolling over in his grave right now. Oh, the hyperbole.
Yeah, he brought down Rod Blagojevich, but he didn't take the extra step had he waited like 1 second. And
to get the exchange of the cash?
Well, to get Jesse Jackson as well. And
different rules for different people.
Well, but here's an interesting thing. Fitzgerald puts Judith Miller away in prison for 85 days and withholds exculpatory evidence, which she later said, had she known about this stuff, she never would have testified against Scooter Libby. So he does that kind of stuff, puts her in jail for 85 days. Why didn't he put the Tribune reporters in jail for leaking the story or find out who their sources were? Well, maybe Patrick Fitzgerald was the source of the Tribune stories. I mean, I don't trust this guy. I don't know. I don't trust him.
So he hired him just in case James Comey is charged.
Comey is friends with Fitzgerald, was friends with all these guys. You notice how he talked to Bret Baier about how Andrew McCabe is a stand-up guy.
Yeah, right.
But a stand-up guy who lied several times. I mean, Michael Flynn probably didn't lie and has had his savings plundered over this and is ruined. But Andrew McCabe is a stand-up guy. Sure.
312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. Again, that's 312-642-5600.
Don't send me to the Mayan ruins in the middle of a hunk that I'm doing about Comey. Don't ever do that again!
Or you can text us a comment at 64636. Type in DA, then a quick comment. Also, breaking news this morning. The president of South Korea says Trump deserves a Nobel Prize for the possible denuclearization of this peninsula.
Well,
the Korean peninsula.
The standard is Barack Obama getting one, which was strictly aspirational. He hadn't done anything.
Well, the crowd in Michigan agrees with the president of South Korea.
So we have to renegotiate these deals. If you look at China, last year with China, and look, he's been of great help, President Xi. He's a friend of mine, but he likes China. I like the USA. But he's a friend of mine. But you know
They're
what?
getting to it.
He's been a great help on the border with North Korea, and a lot of good things are happening there. A lot of good things. I'm not going to give you what's going to actually happen because we don't really know. But I'll tell you one thing, we're not playing games. And I remember, you know, it was very rough 3-4 months ago.
Nobel Prize, Nobel. Isn't that great? President Trump's blushing. So clearly that crowd wants him to get the
Wants
Nobel
to get
Prize.
The Nobel Prize. But look, if Bob Dylan could get the Nobel Prize for literature, for songs that don't even make any sense. Yeah. So
everybody likes to get home.
And if Barack Obama could get one for having accomplished nothing, I mean, that was the most condescending Nobel Prize you could have given. He was given the Nobel Prize because he was the first black president.
Right, and and he didn't look comfortable on the stage receiving it, and was kind of
it was horrible.
joking about it.
Look,
but at least he donated the $1 million that came along.
Did you see the picture of Kim Jong-un shaking hands with the South Korean president?
Yeah, I watched in Mexico. That was the big news. They showed the motorcade going. I watched. I was glued to the television
The
set.
South Korean president looks like he could be on the metro line, you know, going downtown to work at some law office. And Kim Jong-un looks like a medieval warlord.
Well, he looks like Dr. Evil with some hair.
Yes.
Because he's wearing his outfit and his
I'm
Mr.
so
Biddle's
lonely.
So lonely. He really needs to trim down before his meeting with President Trump. But President Trump talked about that upcoming meeting.
If we would have said where we are today from 3 or 4 months ago, remember they were saying, he's going to get us into nuclear war, they said. Nuclear. No. Strength is going to keep us out of nuclear war. Not going to get us in.
You know, the problem with...
So we're doing very well. I spoke to the president this morning of South Korea for a long time. They just had a very good meeting. He gives us tremendous credit. He gives us all the credit. I mean, it's President Moon of South Korea. You know, it started with the Olympics because, frankly, the Olympics was not going to have a lot of people.
It still didn't have a lot of people. It was pretty empty. But then he went on to say that North Korea then called because they wanted to be a part of the Olympics.
Right. Here's the thing. Kim Jong-un said that they closed this nuclear testing site, but it had already collapsed. So... I mean, I don't trust this guy as far as I can throw him. And as you mentioned, he needs to drop a few pounds, so I can't throw him very far.
But we've done this song and dance before, haven't we?
Right. When we won't be fooled again. But you know what? It's interesting. I saw a neutral observer say that the U.S. has given North Korea a credible military threat. I don't know how that manifests itself, but apparently we have done that. And so he's backtrack. It seems like he's backtracking right now, but
he said
I'll believe it when I see it. Denuclearization, because if anything, the rest of the world has learned from the Gaddafi thing. You don't get rid of your nukes because they can't trust us right now.
Well, he said this time he promises to get rid of their nuclear weapons if we promise not to invade their country. Right. And he told President Moon that he's not the type of person who would target South Korea or the U.S., which is a flat-out lie because he has been saying that they have the nuclear capability to reach Hawaii, to reach the 48 states.
The thing you have to remember, and I know it's difficult, we want to demonize everybody and think that they're madmen, and certainly there's evidence to that because the guy says he made like 5 holes in 1 on his first round of golf.
Oh, well, everybody does.
I mean, really. At the miniature golf course, maybe. But he's, but it is a cult in North Korea, but they are rational. They don't really have dreams of taking over the world. They want the respect, which we're giving them in spades because Trump is going to meet with him. So
it's the ultimate reality TV show.
So I mean,
really, that's why we're doing it. It'll be like 14 camera shoot wherever they decide to meet, whether it be Singapore. I think the 2 finalists is Singapore, and where else?
Is that for Amazon's new headquarters?
No, this is for the meeting.
Yes, and Dennis Rodman is going to midwife the whole thing. It's going to be very bizarre. But so he is rational, and he doesn't want to really take over the world. On the other hand, he is a threat to us, and we've got to show that we mean business here. So if Trump does this, accomplishes anything, and the problem is,
and he did this all by Twitter because he insulted him first on Twitter.
Right.
He made him want him. He made Kim Jong-un want his love and respect in that meeting. But he did that by cutting him down first.
I don't know
and then
how
teasing
much that
him.
matters.
Oh, please.
But
this guy's a dictator. He's
we're
crazy.
We're not going to know about this for another 20 or 30 years, or
no, maybe
slightly less
in
than that.
just a few weeks, possibly. What tomorrow? Wait, today's May 1st, right?
Today is April 30th. Yes.
I don't.
Tomorrow's May Day. May Day. Although maybe you should be yelling that right now because you seem to be disintegrating before my eyes. Yes.
Stop. No, they are meeting in May, so they'll be meeting in 2 weeks.
There's only one radio show in Chicago talking about today's biggest stories and telling you what they really mean. That show is this one, Chicago's Morning Answer on AM 560, The Answer.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, why one of the top high schools in Illinois is changing their mascot and at what cost. You have got to hear this story because it got buried Friday afternoon. But first, here's your forecast. It looks great outside.
Yes, today mostly sunny, breezy, and warmer. High of 73. Tonight, mainly clear, breezy, and mild. Low of 55. Tomorrow, windy, very warm with sun and some clouds. A high of 80. Low tomorrow night, 64. Wednesday, mostly cloudy and becoming windier with a shower and thunderstorm around high of 78. Low Wednesday night, 62. Now with a check of traffic, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thank you, Bruce. Good morning. Good morning, Amy. Eastbound Stevenson's very heavy early with the delays from Lamont Road to Cass. Big delays, First Avenue to Kedzie at 58 minutes, 3:55 to Lakeshore Drive, 44 from the Tri-State. Outbound is still fine. 8 to 20 minutes, Lake Cook Junction, outbound 19, Kennedy. 26 minutes, O'Hare to downtown, outbound 28. Westbound 190 is heavy, Kennedy to the Tri-State. Eisenhower, 40 minutes, 390 to downtown, outbound 30. Ryan, 25 minutes, 95th to downtown. Bishop Ford, just a 3-minute delay, 103rd to the merge. Northbound Tri-State, heavy St. Charles to the Grand Avenue curve. Eastbound Adams Tollway, Tri-State to Kennedy. Reagan Tollway, stop and go 83 to York. Jim Talamonte in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center.
Dan Proft here, and I'm here with my guy, Ryan Kelly, at thehomeloanexpert.com. Ryan, I know serving those who serve our country is really important to you. You're always looking for ways to help our troops. Tell our listeners about your new program, Hero Loan for Military Families.
This is one that we're really proud of. And we've done VA loans since the beginning of time. And the problem is when you're waiting on the VA, and I'm not trash talking them or anything along those lines, but you are just what I said, you're waiting. And I think the average turn time to get a VA loan closed with most lenders is 60 to 90 days. And we thought that was ridiculous. So 2 years ago, I started the application with the VA, and I just received the highest delegation that they can bestow on a lender, meaning I can now process, underwrite, close, and fund all VA loans in-house. What does that mean for the veterans and the service members and their families? I close VA loans in 14 days, and I even pay for the appraisal. If you're looking for a VA loan, apply online today at hero.loan. That's hero.loan, the only way to VA. The Home Loan Expert LLC.
Balance of Nature's fruits and veggies.
I'm Mark Gastineau. I played in the NFL for 10 years. I was diagnosed with CTE, with dementia, Alzheimer's, and Parkinson's. The fruits and vegetables that we take from Balance of Nature is the best thing that we could ever do. And I'm calling in now to order extra because my wife has been taking mine because she sees a difference in me. It is a wonderful thing that Balance of Nature is doing. I hear the testimonies on the radio, but I'm a testimony for myself. And the fruits and vegetables, if I don't take them every single day, my day is not going to go the same. So God bless you, and thank you for what you've done for my wife and I.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 800-246-8751 or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Your local 1-hour heating and air conditioning knows how miserable it feels when your AC goes out. You want it fixed fast, fixed right, and get a fast quote. Unlike some companies, we don't give you a quote until we actually see what the problem is. Then we'll give you our straightforward price and always stand by our work. Right now, get savings on any AC repair. Call 855-1-HOUR.
Your comfort is just a call away. Call 1 hour.
Terms and conditions may apply. Call for details. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
Have you checked your Google search results lately? What the internet says about you can have a big impact on your life and your livelihood, even if it's not true. Fortunately, you can now control how you look online and in online search results with ReputationDefender.com. Call 800-566-7906 now for your free reputation analysis. Our dedicated experts and patented technology can help make your online search results look their best. Call 800-566-7906 to learn more or visit ReputationDefender.com.
True story. So I urged one of my family members to call CertaPro Painters. He didn't do it, and that painting crew had to come back 3 times to fix their awful, sloppy mistakes, even paint on the floor, if you can believe it. Well, with CertaPro Painters, you get the best in the business. The attention to detail, color selection is truly unmatched. And now is the perfect time to get the interior of your home or business painted. The lower humidity provides an ideal environment for great coverage and quick drying times. They use fine quality paints with 0 or low VOCs, very little to no odor during application. Be an early bird and cross the first item off your 2018 to-do list. It's also the perfect time to spruce up your commercial property. Remember, each CertaPro Painter's business is independently owned and operated, so schedule your free estimate online at CertaPro.com or call 1-800-GO-CERTA. That's CERTA with a C. CertaPro Painters, we do painting, you do life.
Thousands of doctors, health specialists, and professionals recommend Balance of Nature as a way of improving their health. Listen to a few unsolicited success stories from doctors that use Balance of Nature as well.
Scientific research has shown that many cancers and lifestyle diseases can be prevented with a diet rich in fruits and vegetables. This prevention comes from the phytochemicals in the plants. I take Balance of Nature because I know, I've seen it in my lab, and I know that it works. I've seen the immune response increase, I've seen your DNA repair capacity increase, and I've seen DNA protection. And that, to me, as a scientist, rings so true.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
AM 560. The Answer.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Bum, bum, bum. Who sings this song? Bruce. We got to play songs, Justin, that Bruce wants to sing along to. So we need to go old school.
Very
the
old
50s,
school.
60s?
60s, late
What's your
60s.
go-to song? Like,
I Got a Line on You.
I Got a what?
I Got a Line on You, Spirit.
Okay. Anything else?
September.
Oh,
Earth,
you
Wind, and Fire.
remember
The 21st of September.
Okay, what else? Give me one more so that we can play
one
these
other
songs.
song, Beautiful, Christina Aguilera.
You're so beautiful. That song? In every single way.
Yeah, I love
that.
one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, did you hear about Stevenson High School?
I heard.
It's the best high school
Oh, sure, it's the
in Illinois.
University of Stevenson. Sure.
Oh, that's what you call it? They do
it's
have a
unbelievable.
campus there.
It's beautiful in Buffalo Grove. Yeah.
They have
win
all the bells
they're
and
all the
whistles.
smartest people and the best athletes and all that, and now they're politically correct as
Well, they have a newly redesigned Patriot logo. Are you ready for this? That's going to be on the athletic uniform. Booster wear. And other materials. And for the first time, the figure will be gender neutral. So the Stevens, it's changed a little bit over, since the school opened in 1965, but it's always been masculine. And somebody approached the school board and said it needs to be gender neutral. I don't know if somebody was scared because, it looks like a Minuteman. Have you ever seen Stevenson High School's Patriot?
Does it look like the New England Patriots?
Yeah,
Which I
exactly.
hope the New England Patriots will go to a gender neutral one too, or at least have like the visage of Tom Brady and Giselle Bundchen.
All right, so the new logo features a person in a colonial style hat whose defining facial features and gender are hidden by the hat and by shadow. So I took a look at this thing. It looks like a Lego set. Somebody put, and then they have the green and the yellow because that's their colors. But
This is the suicide of the West that Joan
it's
Goldberg
just
is
this
talking about.
androgynous design. It's so deliberate. It's so ridiculous. And it cost $12,000. So they worked with Elizabeth Ashby, a Barrington graphic design firm, to develop this new image.
That's chump change to Stevenson
Well,
High
it's
School.
$12,000. Yeah, but guess what? The old Patriot, the original, you know how it's supposed to look, is on the varsity basketball court.
Why
It's
don't
center
they
court,
give
so
that
they're going to
money-
have to pay money to get rid of the hardwood and replace it with this new
Instead of-
logo.
Instead of indulging in their liberal fantasies right here, why don't they just give that money to a school, to Wendell Phillips High School in the city of Chicago,
Or maybe to Lakeview.
Lakeview High School? Yes.
But what did the school board president
School
say?
board member Bruce Lubin said, and I quote him, "It's important that Stevenson represents everyone, and the mascot should represent men, women, and everyone that could be part of our Stevenson community. And that's why the logo subsequently will be turned into a picture of Jamie Lee Curtis, and will have genitalia from both sexes in it."
It's just so stupid. Didn't they do that at your high school? Oh, no, you weren't. Did you go to Niles
I
West?
went to Niles East.
Because wasn't it the Niles West Indians?
were
You had
the
a
Niles
totem
West-
pole, I remember, and
Niles
they took
West
that out.
Indians, they got rid of it. And New Trier had Indians too, and they changed to the Trevians, whatever
What?
that is. Yes, New Trier used to be the New Trier Indians. And now they have been the New Trier
Oh.
Trevians for many, many years now.
Look at this.
Yes, they were ahead of the curve. Stevenson is just like the New Trier wannabe.
Yeah.
It's like Stevenson's new money, nouveau riche. Oh, we want to be like New Trier did. You know.
Well, we were the River Trails Chiefs in Mount Prospect, my junior high, but I don't know if we're still River Trails Chiefs.
Maybe the Kansas City Chiefs should change their name.
Oh,
You know that they've taken polls of Indians, not totem polls of them, and opinion polls, and 90% of them don't care. They don't care at all about that. You know, they're worried about having a standard of living, but the problem is the liberals don't care what the disadvantaged group cares, because the liberals are smarter than the disadvantaged group. They're condescending, so they want. So Stevenson's got to do this. I'm telling you, Western civilization is going right down the toilet, and this is the.
And it starts with a
illustration.
mascot.
It certainly
from
does.
Stevenson
It
High
starts
School.
with the mascot.
Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, Puddin' Pop, and and the latest with
Tom
bad-
Brokaw.
Tom Brokaw.
I'm like the liberal lion of the son of Teddy Kennedy. I was
Find
hitting on
out
women.
who pawed or who Tom Brokaw pawed after we check in with Mike Scott.
42 and sunshine this morning. Dr. Ronnie Jackson reportedly is now out as the official White House physician. That's according to Politico, reporting Jackson won't return to that position as President Trump's personal doctor after that failed bid to lead the Department of Veterans Affairs was tubed by Democrats. U.S. Geological Survey is reporting a swarm of 8 small earthquakes that rattled residents near Danville in California Sunday. The first was a magnitude 3.0 quake. ISIS claiming responsibility for 2 suicide bombings that killed at least 25 Monday in the Afghan capital of Kabul. 8 journalists were among the dead. They were targeted in a second blast as they raced to cover the first explosion. Mike Pompeo taking a hard line on Iran in his first international trip as Secretary of State. At a joint news conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu in Tel Aviv, Pompeo said the U.S. will pull out of the international nuclear agreement if the deal is not renegotiated.
We remain deeply concerned about Iran's dangerous escalation of threats to Israel and the region, and Iran's ambition to dominate the Middle East remains. The United States is with Israel in this fight, and we strongly support Israel's sovereign right to defend itself.
Pompeo arrived in Israel after a stop in Saudi Arabia. 2 are dead after a shooting in Elgin. 2 were brought in for questioning. According to Elgin police, the victims died at area hospitals. Authorities do not suspect foul play after a fire pit explosion over the weekend in Glendale Heights sent 8 Glenbard East teens to the hospital. Illinois has plenty of Lincoln statues, but Naperville may be the first city to get a laughing Lincoln statue. City leaders last week announced plans to install a statue of the 16th president laughing at a joke. So far, volunteers have about $50,000 in place for the new statue, but they need another $50,000 to make sure they can have the statue in place by Illinois' 200th birthday in December. Cubs edged the Brewers 2-0. Royals beat the White Sox 5-4. The news is a service of Staples. Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. And now through June 2nd, spend $25 or more in-store for a chance to win $1,000 worth of print and marketing services. Visit staples.com/SMB week for rules. No purchase is necessary. Must be 18 or older at Staples. 6:34 is our time. We'll have a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Dennis Prager explains the left's mind.
How do they reconcile their self-image as intellectually open with their practice of intellectually being closed? They really believe that there is no other way to approach life than a left-wing way. So you are not being intellectually closed by not allowing a conservative to speak.
The Dennis Prager Show, weekdays at 11, right before Sean Hannity at 2 on AM 560. The Answer.
Celebrate Dad, your grad, or those closest to you with the fresh flavors of Weekend Brazilian Brunch, now at Fogo de Chão in Chicago, Rosemont, and Naperville.
Signature Bank is Chicago's fastest growing independently owned business bank. It's a bank where relationships still matter. Signature Bank knows your name and your story. I'm Dan Proft, and I know this because Signature Bank is my business bank.
Hi, I'm Kevin Bastuga, co-founder of Signature Bank. If you get the feeling your deposits don't matter to your bank, then maybe you're not with the right bank. At Signature Bank, your deposits matter to us as much as your business loans. Signature provides unmatched banking expertise, custom financial solutions, and the industry's best technology to closely held Chicagoland businesses. Whether your business is looking for a deposit relationship or needs a ready source for financing, Signature Bank is the right bank for you. Call us today to see how Signature Bank can help your business grow and thrive.
Signature Bank is looking for their next success story. To learn more about turning your business vision into reality, visit signaturebank.bank. Signature Bank, helping local businesses succeed. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
6:35. Let's get an update on the roads in the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center. Here is Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Eastbound Reagan Tollway's heavy this morning from Highland to York Road. Northbound Tri-State slow from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis. From the Reagan Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge. On Adams Tollway, it's jammed. Tri-State to Kennedy. Enan's 21 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 20. Kennedy, 30 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, outbound 36. Eisenhower, 47 minutes now. 390 to downtown, outbound 33. Stevenson, 58 minutes. 355 to Lakeshore Drive, outbound 36. Ryan, 25 minutes. 9 to hit to downtown. I-57, 20 minutes. I-80 to the merge. Bishop Ford, 18. Traffic service of Lowe's. Pro customers. Lowe's save 5% every day when you use your Lowe's business credit account. 5% on all purchases in-store or online. Subject to credit approval. U.S. only. Traffic answers when you need them most. Jim Talamonte, AM 560, The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast from the 1 Hour Heating and Air Conditioning Weather Center. Sunny, breezy, warmer, 73 today. Mainly clear, breezy and mild, low of 55. Currently 42 officially along the lakefront, 44 at O'Hare. Next news coming up at 7. Chicago's Morning Answer continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth. Tune in Saturday afternoons at 2 for Grow My Retirement with Bill Geiger of Geiger Wealth.
I am beautiful, no matter
What they say, words can't bring me down. Oh, no, 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 no. I am beautiful in every single way. Yes, words can't bring me down. No, 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 no. So don't you bring me down today. No matter what, no matter what they say. Oh, are we on?
Oh, hi. Hey.
Oh,
Is
sorry.
this on?
Good morning.
Oh, hi. Good morning.
We're live from Mexico. I've had a few drinks. Okay.
No, we're back from Mexico.
Sean and I wanted to do a remote from Taco Bell, and Keith nixed it.
He said, don't drop the chalupa. Really? He wouldn't let you go live from
We wanted to go
Taco
live
Bell?
from Taco Bell.
Yeah, no, but thank Bruce Wolf, obviously. Thank you for that beautiful rendition
you.
of the song Beautiful. And today for Dan Proft, he will be back on Wednesday. It's his birthday, and the big birthday boy wanted to look at some property in Florida to possibly move out of Illinois. Do you want to talk about property taxes?
Yes, I'd like to read some property. What is the in Niles Township? What is the property tax rate right now? I would like to know that.
In Mexico.
We could do that on the 5s.
Well, I can tell you in Mexico,
taxes
this
on the 5s,
Omar was one of our drivers, and he owns a 3-bedroom, 3-bath house that he bought for $45,000. Guess what his property tax a year?
In Mexico?
For a year.
Or how much does El Chapo take?
Well,
that's what I want to know.
Well, no, but his home is now worth $85,000.
Okay.
Bought it for $45,000
I'd say
years ago.
12 pesos.
You're kind of close. $18 American dollars a year.
$18. And
$18.
Well, yeah, but
that's it.
See, but that's why the people are fleeing Mexico to come here.
Well, I kept saying that you can't become a Mexican citizen. They don't let you, but I found a way. You have to impregnate a Mexican woman and have a Mexican child.
Okay, so
that is the only way.
That's so that's kind of a heavy cost to pay in order to, you don't see the reverse flow. You don't see people going down to Mexico to become citizens there. It's a nice place to visit.
But it's a great. So they have all these guardsmen along the highway on property that's being developed to make sure that no, what do they call it? Squatters come in, because Mexican law, if you build a house you need 4 walls, a roof, and a sink before somebody catches you, and you get in that property, that land is yours. So I say we go over.
Sure. Well, that's a good strategy.
They can't kick you out. And the government will come in and ask you, how long have you been here? But if you have 4 walls, a roof, and a sink, that land is yours. It's brilliant.
Isn't it great how all these countries have these really restrictive immigration policies? We try to, make sure that criminals are getting out of the country. And no. This is Statute of Liberty guarantees.
Speaking
that
of immigration, real quick, and feel free to call in and weigh in on this. 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636. Type in DA. Then a quick question. That caravan that was coming from Central America, they have arrived in Tijuana, Mexico.
Excuse me, I have to wipe that off my shoulder.
Started out with about more than 1,000, dwindled down to 200. They tried to go at the port and the entrance point in San Diego, or as you say, San Diego.
Sure.
And they were full. So now some of them slept on the bridge last night. But NBC News interviewed one woman who said she had to leave Honduras because her child was being threatened by drug dealers. But I didn't believe her. I mean, why some random drug dealer? I mean, she must have had a relationship or something with the drug cartel in order for them to threaten her kids. You know what I mean?
Well, it's not good living in these places.
I understand that, but they're so determined to get in. But President Trump, he's not too sympathetic to their needs.
Are you watching that mess that's going on right now with the caravan coming up? Are you watching this? And our laws are so weak. They're so pathetic.
So what should be done? 312-642-5600 is our turnkey.pro answer line. 64636, type in DA, then a quick comment. Because they vow they are not turning back. They are staying until they can speak with advisors to try and plead their case to seek asylum here in the United States.
What we'll do is we'll give them a court date, then we'll never see them again. They'll
mix
their way into the populace.
And that's the problem with the system.
Yeah.
We need to have a better system. I mean, this has happened before where you have caravans. Remember, they came into Arizona. They gave them a court date, and then they sent them to the Greyhound bus station. And people went... Oh, guys, yeah, you're right. 2% showed up for their court dates. Right. 2, because they didn't want to be deported back to their countries. And I know we have a big heart for those who are here that are, trying to escape persecution, to try and escape being killed by drug dealers. But when are you going to stop it? Mike Pence today is 90 miles away from that location. They're not saying exactly where he's going, but he's meeting with Border Patrol agents, and they're working on the wall. Which, did you see the wall in Tijuana? Because it's where the ocean meets.
Oh, okay.
It's the line that goes partially into the ocean, and people were still crawling over it. That's what I saw last night.
Not a great hurdle.
No.
It's not. I don't think immigration. It's a good populist thing for Trump to whip up sentiment to counter program the White House Correspondents' Dinner, but I don't think that's the thing that really resonates with the American people. It's the economy, stupid. That's what it comes down to.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, you wanted to talk about
Because, yes.
Who knew when I was defending the liberal lion of the Senate, Teddy Kennedy, that I was just a pale imitation of him? You've got to listen to, I mean, it takes about 40 minutes. But this Linda Vester, the NBC employee in the 1990s.
What is she accusing him of?
Accusing him of actual sexual assault. I mean, it wasn't rape. But he grabbed her, and he tried to kiss her. And
she worked at NBC?
She worked at NBC, and she was intimidated by him because he can control
your
destiny. Yeah, and the thing is that it's very interesting with Brokaw, Bill Cosby right now, and I don't want, they're not the same because Brokaw's crimes weren't what Cosby's were. But you've got these octogenarians now. Or it's like Simon Wiesenthal, Nazi hunting and bringing everybody to justice. Decades
Garrison
later.
Keillor. I mean, come
Garrison
on.
Keillor. And he was guilty, too. He definitely...
Not charged with a crime, but yeah, he was...
guilty. And the problem is that these are these liberals who, they're feminists, and then it turns out...
I believe in equality for women.
Yeah, but not... For me, I'm the exception to the rule. And that's Tom Brokaw. And if you listen to this woman, and people are saying, well, why would she come out now? She must have been be making this stuff up. Not if you listen to her. I mean, it's pretty detailed about how he hit on her, and he wanted to have an affair with her, and she was a subordinate, and it's very, very difficult when you're in a subordinate position and somebody can wreck your career. And
who's next? Dan Rather?
Well, Dan Rather, we've already gotten rid of him because of his fake news. He was the original fake news guy.
Right.
But these guys are being hoisted by their own petard. I love it. The problem is you've just got her word right now. There's also this producer who's unnamed who claims that he did it. So if more women come out of the woodwork...
And he was married at the time, right?
Yes. If more women come out of the woodwork right now, then we'll see. Then maybe there'll be some inertia there, and it will force NBC to do another one. I mean, Brian Williams is going to be like the last man standing here.
Well, Brian Williams, he's been demoted to MSNBC, but who knows?
There's nobody left.
And Lester Holt's a good guy. We know him. Oh, come on, don't. He's a good guy.
Lester Holt's a good guy, but he was in North Korea. They put him in front of a Potemkin ski resort, and he delivers this North Korean propaganda right before the Olympics. I mean, look, the great thing about the media nowadays is it's so diversified, it's so fragmented that nobody has any power anymore, and it's great that somebody like Tom Brokaw's finally going down.
312-642-5600 is our Turnkey.pro answer line. Let's go to Tom, who joins us from the southwest side. Good morning, Tom.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah, we can stop that in a minute. Just no benefits for immigrants coming in, and just do a whisper campaign that they're actually really Republicans. And you'd have piranhas in the Rio Grande, and Pelosi and Schumer be the people dumping them in.
Okay. Thanks. That's back to our conversation about Trump.
It's a modest proposal.
Yes,
nice.
And the caravan that has arrived. Let's go to Bob, who joins us from Schaumburg. Good morning, Bob.
Hey, how you doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm glad to get on the radio. Listen, I'm just wondering now, who built that damn wall? I mean, I got a better wall in my backyard to keep the water out. I mean, we need to get our money back. Whoever built this wall, we need a refund.
Let's get Danley Garage.
Well, that's why they're
lumber. Yes.
Well, that's why they're working on picking out the prototype right now for the new wall. That'll be higher and stronger and more fortified than the one that they were climbing over yesterday. Did you see it?
I did not see the
They
wall.
are knocking it down. They're getting over it. I mean, I got a granddaughter that could probably leap over that wall. Come on, let's get a better wall. Now, you have a nice day, and remember what I said. Republican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Straight from the Trump rally on Saturday night.
It was because it wasn't flimsy. I mean, it was a wrought iron fence, but there was people straddling it, waving.
Yeah.
It's a little goofy, Lucy.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a start.
Yes. But back to Bill Cosby. Just be the only reason we're talking about Bill Cosby. Well, he was obviously
I'm a little
found
worried that it's
guilty.
going to be reversed on appeal.
Well,
Because they had 5
women come forward, and that might be, it's like prunes. Are 5 enough or 7 too many? There might have been too many women allowed to testify against him. It's like proving 6 different cases.
Well, according to ABC News this morning, he's invoking the name of Nelson Mandela and saying that he's mentally preparing for incarceration.
For 27 years, like Nelson Mandela, he'll be 107 years old.
Oh, yeah, what
He
could
gets
go
out.
wrong? But one of his accusers, Andrea, what's her last name?
Constand?
She kind of looks like John McEnroe. Honestly.
Yes, she does.
Because I saw the
She does.
McEnroe versus Borg versus McEnroe movie
How
over the
is-
weekend.
Is it good?
Oh, it's really good. But it reminded me, she kind of looks like that. But she already has $3.4 million that he paid her, after the attack. But, I'm glad he finally got his because
The precedent is people can't believe that he was found guilty because he's
I
a
can.
celebrity.
who cares?
It's
the
the
Me
Me
Too
Too
movement
movement.
smacked
Yeah.
him right
Yeah, sure
dab
did.
in the face.
Yeah, got him.
And you know what it did? It affected his pudding pop.
Now you will get ready for the zim zam and the babbity bibbity, and you will take off your clothes like voo and voom, and get ready for the most splendiferous pudding pop you have ever seen.
Connect with Dan and Amy on the AM 560 The Answer mobile app. Just text the word app to 64636 to download the app today.
I'm Keith Peters in for Lou Dobbs. A busy week for economic reports. Facebook gives parents control on when kids can use an app. An anti-harassment campaign at the Cannes Film Festival. Those stories next.
The backyard's looking great, Rob. Thanks, man. I was planning on adding a deck, too. Know any good contractors? Why don't you just ask Home Advisor? Home what? HomeAdvisor.com. You just tell them about your project and they match you with local pros that can do the job. Nice. Now, how much does it cost? Oh, Home Advisor's totally free to use. Plus, you can read customer reviews, check pricing, and book appointments for free. What's the website again? HomeAdvisor.com. Or just download the free Home Advisor app.
Home Advisor. Wondering how you can make a difference with your cell phone? Check out Patriot Mobile, America's only conservative cell phone company. Patriot's mission is to provide a portion of their profits to conservative causes. You get the same great nationwide service as Big Mobile, transparent pricing, competitive plans, easy switching, discounts for active military, veterans, and first responders. All you need to know is their address, patriotmobile.com. That's patriotmobile.com. Patriot Mobile, built on conservative principles.
On the economic calendar this week, data on housing, construction spending, manufacturing, and services. Then Friday, we get the latest jobs report. Facebook is adding a sleep mode to its Messenger Kids service to let parents limit when their kids can use it. This is the latest example of a tech company offering some concession to critics who say they should tread carefully or not at all when it comes to hawking their wares to kids. Participants at the Cannes Film Festival will be given flyers warning proper behavior required as part of an anti-sexual harassment campaign at the May 8th through 19th event. Film festivals have been soul-searching since the Harvey Weinstein scandal, rewriting codes of conduct and redoubling gender equality efforts. Please join us for Lou Dobbs tonight at 7 and 11 Eastern on the Fox Business Network. I'm Keith Peters for the Lou Dobbs Financial Report.
I'm Dan Proft with 60 Seconds of Sanity for Upstream-Ideas.com. Game show idea. Comey, Corey, or Christian. I'm going to read a series of passages, and you tell me which was said or written by former FBI Director Jim Comey, New Jersey Senator Cory Booker, or 50 Shades of Grey protagonist Christian Grey. Let's begin. I want you to know that nothing has happened in the last year to change my view. Boy, those were the words I needed to hear. I know. And the East Coast loves you, and by the East Coast, I mean me. Do you think gay sex is a perversion? We lie there, panting together, waiting for our breathing to slow. He gently strokes my hair. Boy, I survived. That wasn't so bad. He was not going to get a hug without being a whole lot stronger than he looked. He wasn't. He holds out his hand, and in his palm are 2 shiny silver balls linked with a thick black thread. As he extended his hand, I made a mental note to check its size. It was smaller than mine, but did not seem unusually so. Look out, E.L. James. Jim Comey and Cory Booker are coming for you.
Thousands of doctors, health specialists, and professionals recommend Balance of Nature as a way of improving their health. Listen to a few unsolicited success stories from doctors that not only recommend it, but use Balance of Nature as well.
In my practice, I was getting to the point where I couldn't have the strength to see that many patients anymore. I was diagnosed with sarcoidosis. It really affected my breathing and the strength that I had. And I was introduced to the fruits and veggies. Just slowly, my strength started to come back. And it was because of the good nutrition. I can't say enough good for Balance of Nature and what it's done for me. And I recommend it to everybody.
When you call, use discount code CHICAGO, and we'll take 35% off your first month's order and ship it to you free. Call 1-800-246-8751. That's 1-800-246-8751. Or go online to balanceofnature.com and use discount code CHICAGO.
Remember when you were a kid and summer camp wasn't exactly something you look forward to? I mean, it was okay, but just not that many different things to do. It's time to put some excitement into summer camp. Check out Dangerous Camp for Boys and over 20 other summer day camps from Northridge Prep. Dangerous Camp is dangerously fun, not unsafe, and is designed to get your boys off their iPads, iPhones, and video games this summer. And get them throwing water balloons, playing games, and learning the meaning of outdoor adventure. Remember that? Northridge Prep, the all-boys school in Niles, instills traditional values you hold as parents. Their summer programs for boys in grades 1 through 8 combine fun, adventure, and character growth. There's basketball camps led by a former NCAA Division I coach and varsity players, battles of the Civil War, bugs and botany, intro to musical improv, and more. Even a robotics camp where campers learn to build, pilot, and code their own robots. Get your son off the couch and into the outdoors and have fun this summer. Learn more and register online at northridgeprep.org. northridgeprep.org.
Shoot Point Blank is Chicago's leading shooting range and firearms store. Featuring 20 climate-controlled shooting lanes, complete retail store, and firearm education classes for all experience levels. Whether you're a new or expert shooter, now you can experience the Shoot Point Blank difference and see for yourself why so many people are talking about Shoot Point Blank.
I can tell you, I was impressed as soon as I walked through the door. The employees were really helpful, very patient, and knowledgeable, too.
My wife and I had a wonderful experience. We felt very comfortable and informed.
Brett was very friendly and respectful, and he answered all my questions. Because I'm new to pistols, I'm grateful he was patient and helped me decide what to buy for my new firearm.
For a huge selection of new and used firearms, ammo, and state-of-the-art indoor shooting range, visit them in Hodgkins, Mokina, Naperville, or Merrillville. Or check out shootpointblank.com. Experience the difference. Shoot Point Blank.
The following is a paid political announcement.
Have you met the Swamp Brothers? Congressman Todd Rokita and Congressman Luke Messer. You already know their stories. Todd Rokita and Luke Messer are two lawyers who never practiced and became career politicians. What makes them Swamp Brothers? It's their records in Washington. In Congress, Todd Rokita and Luke Messer voted to fast-track Obama's bad trade deals which could have cost Indiana thousands of jobs. And Todd Rokita and Luke Messer voted for billions in new debt. $500 billion to be exact. But there's more, and it's even worse. Todd and Luke voted to fund abortion provider Planned Parenthood and Obama's executive amnesty. Todd's no conservative. He's a fraud. Luke's no conservative. He's a liberal. Todd the fraud. Luke the liberal. The Swamp Brothers. Wrong for you.
I'm Mike Braun, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Mike Braun for Indiana.
Everyone needs to make smart financial decisions, and Townstone Financial can help. Hi, Barry Sterner, founder of Townstone Financial. I always say Townstone cares about you more than any other mortgage company. So what if I told you that Townstone loves to talk to its customers? It's 2018. The internet is great for many things. However, until artificial intelligence can figure out if your condominium can be approved or correctly calculate your bonus and commission income, it's really a good idea to let the experts at Townstone Financial help you with your next refinance, purchase, or reverse mortgage. Since our time is free and so is our expert advice. Keep in mind, you are not paying a penny more in closing costs or interest rate for our knowledge and guidance. We pride ourselves on beating the big banks every day on closing costs and interest rates. And remember, nobody values your home mortgage business more than Townstone. I guarantee it, and I own the company. So call me, Barry Sterner, today at 312-896-2110. That's 312-896-2110. Or go to townstone.com. That's TOWNSTONE.com.
Townstone Financials, Indiana, Michigan, Wisconsin, Florida, Illinois, mortgage licensee 6629 and NMLS 136639. Equal housing lender.
AM 560.
The Answer. Quickly, let's squeeze in a call. Tom joins us from Schaumburg. Good morning, Tom. How are you?
Morning. Welcome back. Thanks for taking my call. Bruce, have you been working out? Because you're looking very well these days.
Thank you.
Anyway, the reason I called is because I've read estimates anywhere from $140 to $190 billion a year. That's how much illegal aliens are costing us.
So what's the big deal? Because our deficit's going to be over $1 trillion. It's a drop in the bucket.
$1 trillion over 10 years, Bruce. And if they're so worried about it, that's $150 billion a year. If they're so worried about it, stop spending money on illegal aliens, and you won't have a deficit at all.
I agree.
In any event, the Democrats are telling us that spending $25 billion on a wall is absolute insanity. It's stupid, and it's a total waste of money. The only thing you can think of to say is that these people are mentally ill. And as far as the Mexican government taking thousands and thousands of people, escorting them all the way through their country and jamming them into our country, this should be considered an act of war.
All right,
the first
thanks,
thing
Tom.
I would
All right, thanks, Tom. We're up against the clock, but they did start out with thousands. They're down to 200, and we'll see what happens. Coming up on Chicago's Morning Answer, should President Donald Trump be taking a bow for the events in North Korea, and should he win the Nobel Prize? But first, let's go into the newsroom. Here is Mike Scott.
Here are the stories we're following this morning. 2 killed in an Elgin shooting, a fire pit explosion in Glendale Heights. WIND Chicago News Time is 7 o'clock.
They can't come in. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. A caravan of Central American migrants stuck at the Mexican border.
We are fleeing because we know the situation in our country is not within our reach, within our hands to solve the problems.
Fox's Tanya J. Powers has more live.
Dave, there are nearly 200 of them, including children, waiting. They left their home countries more than a month ago, making that trip by foot, freight train, and bus, and they got to the border on Sunday, only to be told the San Diego crossing was already full. Immigration attorney Nicole Ramos went there to help them.
Stop rejecting asylum seekers who try to present themselves at the port of entry. You know what you're doing. You know you turn people away.
President Trump and some cabinet members have called the caravan a threat to the U.S., Dave.
Tanya, 9 journalists are among ISIS's latest victims, killed in a double suicide bombing in Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, along with 16 other people. The second attacker had pretended to be a reporter and blew himself up as the media gathered. New Secretary of State Pompeo was headed back to the U.S. after leaving Jordan, ending his first foreign trip, which began hours after he was sworn in last week. In Israel, he met with Prime Minister Netanyahu.
I appreciate the president's leadership and your position on stopping Iran from ever acquiring nuclear weapons.
The U.S. is still weighing whether to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. 26 pro-Syrian government fighters, mostly from Iran, were reportedly killed in a missile attack on Syria last night. A British activist group suspects it was an Israeli missile. Police in St. Louis are searching for a killer who shot 2 people last night at a ticketed event at a brew house across from the Cardinals baseball stadium.
An argument occurred with an individual and another individual. One party pulled out a pistol.
St. Louis Police Major Mary Warnicki. One victim was shot in the head and died. The other was wounded in the leg. Fox News. Fair and balanced.
"45 degrees officially at O'Hare at 7:02 on AM 560. The Answer. Good morning, everyone. I'm Mike Scott. Chicago coming off an historic day of cold weather. You may not have noticed it, but National Weather Service experts say temps dipped to 31 yesterday inside of the city, officially at O'Hare. That tied a record for April 29th, set back in 1958. This morning, 2 are dead following a reported shooting in Elgin. The victims were shot yesterday in the first block of Longwood Place. 2 have been brought in for questioning following that incident. Authorities right now do not suspect foul play after a fire pit explosion over the weekend in Glendale Heights sent 8 teens from Glenbard East High School to the hospital. Police say the incident happened Saturday night when a flammable liquid was poured onto the fire in the backyard of a home on Marcy Court. 2 of those Glenbard East students were injured severely. The high school says counselors will be on hand this morning. An investigation continues today, just over a year after 17-month-old Samaje Crosby was found dead in the southwest suburbs. Toddler's body was discovered last April under a couch in her Joliet Township home. Authorities now say they've identified 5 persons of interest in the case, but so far no arrests have been made. The only hope for former Illinois Governor Rod Blagojevich to get out of prison appears to be President Trump, and his wife looks to be working that angle. Sun-Times said yesterday Patty Blagojevich is trying to tie James Comey's investigation of the president to the investigation that sent her husband to prison 14 years ago. The paper quotes Mrs. Blagojevich saying the same cast of characters that investigated her family is out there trying to do the same to President Trump. Cubs edge the Brewers 2-0. Royals clip the White Sox 5-4 in KC. The news, a service of Staples. Staples can help your business stand out with custom printed signs, banners, and brochures. And now through June 2nd, spend $25 or more in-store for a chance to win $1,000 worth of print and marketing services. Visit staples.com/SMB Week for rules. No purchase is necessary. Must be 18 or older at Staples. 7:04, a check of traffic and weather on the way next on AM 560.
Sean Hannity says we will not see the end of the attacks on Trump.
It just is so corrupt. It is such a double standard, and it is so obnoxious on so many different levels, but it's never going to go away because the mission, when you really look at it, has been to never let Trump get elected, and then from the day he was elected to undermine Donald Trump.
The Sean Hannity Show. Afternoons at 2, right before Joe Walsh at 5 on AM 560. The Answer.
All money managers may seem pretty much the same. But while some money managers may recommend high commission investment products, Fisher Investments avoids them. Some money managers may have hidden and layered fees. Fisher Investments never does. And while some money managers are happy to earn commissions from you, whether you do well or not, Fisher Investments fees are structured so we do better when you do better. In other words, we're structured to be on your side. Maybe that's why most of our clients come to us from other money managers. Talk with us and find out why so many experienced investors are switching to and staying with Fisher Investments. Fisher Investments, clearly better money management. Investments in securities involve the risk of loss. Visit us at FisherInvestments.com to find out what we can do for you.
7:06. Let's get an update on the roads now. In the Alarm Detection Systems Traffic Center, here's Jim Talamonte.
Thanks, Mike. Eden Spur eastbound, it's heavy. Waukegan Road to the Edens. Then we see delays kicking in at Dempster. Inbound Edens, 28 minutes. Lake Cook to Montrose, outbound 21. Kennedy, 39 minutes. O'Hare to downtown, 18 from Montrose, 15 in the Express. Outbound 45 to the airport. Eisenhower, an hour, 390 to downtown, 42 minutes from Mannheim. Outbound 39 minutes, 390. Stevenson, inbound delays start at Weber. It is an hour and 12 minutes, 355 to Lakeshore Drive. Outbound 42 minutes. Ryan, 30 minutes, 95th to downtown. I-57, 20 minutes, side east to the merge, Bishop Ford 18. Northbound tri-state delays are from the Stevenson to the Hinsdale Oasis, the Reagan Tollway to the Bensonville Bridge, and from 132 to Stern School Road, crash in the left lane. Reagan Tollway's bottled up Highland to York. Traffic answers when you need them most. I'm Jim Talamonte on AM 560. The Answer.
Chicago's Morning Answer continues next. Your official Chicagoland weather forecast. From the 1-hour heating and air conditioning weather center, here's meteorologist Alex Rabb.
Mostly sunny, breezy, and warm today, high 73. Tonight's mainly clear and breezy with a low 55. Tomorrow's windy and warm with sun and clouds and a high of 79. I'm Alexandra Rabb on AM 560, The Answer.
Currently 47 at O'Hare, 45 along the lakefront. Your next news update is at 7:30. Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan and Amy continues next on AM 560, The Answer.
This hourly segment is brought to you by Real Estate Revealed with Randy Barcella, Sunday mornings starting at 8.
This is Chicago's Morning Answer with Dan Proft and Amy Jacobson on AM 560, The Answer.
Hola, regresa de país de Mexico. Yes, we have returned from Mexico. Amy Jacobson here. Bruce Wolf still here.
Welcome, bienvenue, welcome.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry, was it Spanish? What did you say to me? What did you say?
I just did one of the opening line to Cabaret.
Oh, really?
Welcome, bienvenue, welcome. I figured we should get all the languages in here.
Well, thanks so much to you and Sean for sitting in for Dan and I while we were gone.
It was a blast.
We had a spectacular trip, just a great group of people. Secrets Maroma Beach. You know what I liked best about it? I mean, they had all the bells and whistles, a beautiful place, but they had great food, which is, for an all-inclusive resort, it's fine. But every restaurant was great. The Italian restaurant, the French restaurant. The staff was amazing. I miss everybody already.
Wait, you went to Mexico and you ate Italian and French.
Okay. Well, you eat Mexican for breakfast and lunch. Oh. Okay. And then you like to mix it up, Bruce. You know what I'm saying?
That's what I
But it was a great trip.
Was this in Cancun?
Yeah, in Cancun. And if you missed out, come with us next year. Don't know where we're heading, but we're going somewhere.
Sean and I did a remote from the Taco Bell down the corner, around the bend by the river.
Yeah, but everybody's grieving you guys on Twitter. It made me laugh. You're not dead. Did you do to die? No.
I think we did in a way.
In a way?
Yeah.
Did you guys hug it out on Friday?
We hugged every morning.
Really?
Sean gives me an embrace just to show how buff he is because he works out all the time.
Okay, unlike you.
Unlike me.
Well, what's working out right now is the denuclearization of the Korean Peninsula. Kim Jong-un met with the South Korean president on Friday and got a lot accomplished, but who's taking a bow for all of it?
If we would have said where we are today from 3 or 4 months ago, remember they were saying, he's going to get us into nuclear war, they said. Nuclear. No. Strength is going to keep us out of nuclear war, not going to get us in.
That was President Trump at a campaign rally on Saturday. He skipped the White House Correspondents' Dinner in order to have his own campaign in Washington, Michigan. But this morning, President Moon says that President Trump does deserve a Nobel Prize for making a change in North Korea. And with that, we welcome to the program Frank Ahrens. He's Vice President of BGR Public Relations and author of Soul Man, a memoir of cars, culture, crisis, and unexpected hilarity inside a Korean corporate titan. Good morning, Frank. How are you?
Good morning, guys. Thanks for having me on.
So what do you think of President Moon this morning saying that President Trump should win the Nobel Peace Prize for what's going on in North Korea?
I think South Korean President Moon Jae-in is an exceptional diplomat. He right now is the most popular, democratically elected leader in the free world. He has an approval rating of more than 80%.
Wow.
This gives him the political capital to say things at home that may surprise people, like President Trump deserves a Nobel Peace Prize. But the truth of it is, President Moon has been the man who's been driving this the whole time. He is somebody your listeners should get to know. He's an extraordinary individual. He was chief of staff to a former president. He's a human rights lawyer. He was Special Forces Army paratrooper, and in many ways, he has been preparing his whole life for this moment.
We should establish your credentials, which are great. You spent quite a bit of time in South Korea, and you've written this book about your experience. I guess the way I try to approach this right now is, first of all, tell us whether you're allowed to reach for a napkin when you're in South Korea, because there seems to be, well, you understand the culture, and it's different. And how does that, your knowledge of that, give you the expertise to understand in a way that we really don't what's going on right now? I think you just did it with your first answer, but I'd like to know more about that.
Sure. I remember when I went to Korea in 2010, I went in as a kind of a typical American conservative who believed that all you do with North Korea is shun them, sanction them, don't engage with them because you don't want to give them the kind of recognition they want, and then you just hope and pray for regime change. Well, after 3 years living there in Seoul, which is 30 miles south of the DMZ, and is within range of conventional weapons of North Korea, and you get used to living with this threat every day, I came away thinking that any step, even if it's not toward maybe peace tomorrow, that the step toward not war is a good thing. And maybe a way to think about it with your listeners there in Chicago, imagine that Canada wasn't our friendly neighbor to the north along an undefended border and our number one trading partner. Imagine they were a nuclear-armed regime that was committed to our destruction along the most heavily fortified border in the world. And that might change the way Americans think about North Korea.
Well, it's weird because I feel like we've been down this road before, but this time there's a promise to get rid of nuclear weapons if we promise not to invade their country. Why would we believe him this time as opposed to before?
That is an absolutely correct question to ask. We need to view everything that North Korea says with a healthy skepticism. There were inter-Korean summits in 2000 and 2007. North Korean President Kim Jong-il, who's the father of Kim Jong-un, current president, vowed to do all sorts of things, and he immediately broke the promises and began testing weapons again. We shall see on this, but already some things are different. Just the fact that Kim Jong-un came to meet in South Korea, the previous two summits were in North Korea, was a huge concession. North Korea craves a sort of international legitimacy. And the fact that President Trump is agreeing to sit down with him, people have argued that this is a huge PR victory for Kim Jong-un domestically, and it probably is. But I think it is probably also a step in the right direction. Everybody who watches Korea, except for the ultra-hardliners, is viewing this with a guarded optimism. And I think that's probably the right way to look at it.
Well, yeah, that's the problem. You know, I'd like to circle back to this just on your expertise here, and maybe it's not germane, but I really would like to know about reaching for a napkin in South Korea. Well, I mean, because and maybe
have you eaten dog?
Well, but maybe that will actually, get us to the point where we understand what's going on with these people, and are they different from us, or as you say, we can give them a certain carrot and stick approach like Trump is trying to do right now.
So I think that a way to think about it is that people are people just like we are, and they have hopes and dreams, and fears and aspirations. But think about Korea in two ways. One, 50 years ago, it was one of the poorest nations on earth. Today, it's the 11th or 12th largest economy in the world. And it has compressed 150 years worth of industrialization into 50 years. No other country in the world has done that. Under constant threat of military obliteration from its hostile neighbors. Secondly, it is like China and Japan, a Confucian-based culture. And that means it's based upon the social system that Confucius set up 2,000 years ago. And it tends to be more vertical than ours, which tends to be more horizontal and egalitarian. And the napkin story you're talking about is something that was in my book. And just briefly, I was out to dinner with my all-Korean team, and I had asked one of them to pass me a napkin, and she did. And this was somebody, a Korean woman who had lived in the U.S. in college. And she said, did you ask me to pass you the napkin because in your culture it's considered rude to reach in front of somebody while they're eating? And I said, yes, that's right. And she said, in our culture, it's often considered rude to interrupt somebody while they're eating to ask them to do something.
Oh.
So here were two different cultures, each of which was doing which they thought was the polite thing, but in fact was the rude thing. And so anytime you interact with a different culture, you're going to have these. But I tend to think of sort of Western culture as being more horizontal and Eastern is more vertical. And what happens when those two kind of cars meet in an intersection?
Yeah.
You can get a T-bone crash.
There you go.
Well, so this upcoming month, in a few weeks, President Trump said that he will sit down with Kim Jong-un. Do you think that's a solid decision?
Oh, yes.